All right, folks. Hello, hello. Welcome to my first ever, at least I think, I'm pretty sure, first ever color study session. We'll see how it goes. I have a lot to learn here, so just bear with me. It's going to be a learn as we go sort of a thing. But thanks for joining, having a cozy color day. It's a snow day here in Colorado a little bit. Hopefully it will clear up a bit and I'll be able to get to the studio in a couple of hours. But for now, I'm stuck at home. I just didn't want to trudge up the snowy hill basically to get to the studio and risk icy roads. So I'm here with some tea. Got a nice snow. I'm watching the snowfall right in front of me. So anyway, yeah, me too a little bit, Amaze. I'm I'm a little nervous about this. Although I understand why you might be. So every Casey stream is that's true. Blue Skittle. Sharp. Oh no, you're not late. Yeah, so this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I've seen Chikuri. We raided into Chikuri last night. Yeah, I know it does make it definitely harder, Amaze. But I think if anybody sticks to like a really limited palette, or even if you're feeling insecure for any reason about color, I highly recommend doing an analogous palette, which is what I'm going to start with. And I'll kind of walk you through. I'm very heavily drawing from Chikuri's color study sessions that she does. I'm going to give Chikuri a shout out just because we did raid her last night, but I just learned so much about color every time I hang out on her streams. Oh no, why did that fail? Did I spell her name wrong? Oh, I did. I did spell her name wrong. Hold on. Cha. I haven't quite woken up, guys. I did not get a ton of sleep last night. There's not an extra H in there. Anyway, seriously though, if you want to learn more about color, I highly recommend following Chikuri. Chazar is super pretty. A sea bunny. Oh my gosh, Pandarius, starting off with the drawing animal already. But yeah, if anybody wants to, I did get permission from Chikuri to show some of her studies. She has a Discord full of like really, really skilled people. If you want to learn more about color and stuff, highly recommend hopping in there, honestly. I have a lot to learn. But here's kind of an example of what we're going to be aiming for today. This is obviously a very advanced example, so please don't be super intimidated. This is just one of Chikuri's studies. But this is essentially a way to do this, is to think about color and to try to limit yourself to a palette. This is a 2-color palette, but if you'll notice, here's the base colors, right? But each one of these, saturation has been played with. So the idea is to kind of train your eye to figure out what you prefer, like what you think looks good together and what colors like work or don't work, either for you or just in general. Like some colors are just going to clash. But it also kind of, if you look at each of these, it kind of helps you to see how color can really change the mood of an image, right? Like look at how this image feels, this dark tone with a light background versus this one, or how that bright saturated pink or I guess magenta feels on the saturated palette. Like there's just very different moods to each one of these versus this muted palette. So you can go as detailed as you want or as simple as you want. Some people just do sketches and then just like color blobs on top of them just to get a feel for it. So don't feel like you have to highly render like this. I don't want this to be like a super intimidating thing. I'm gonna start off really basic. I'm gonna do, because again, guys, like fair warning, this is my first time doing this. So I'm just gonna do some very simple, like a very simple sketch of these oranges. I chose a really simple shape. I have a reference board pinned at the top. If you want to go pick a reference, you can do a portrait, you can do an object, whatever you feel comfortable doing, and pick some palettes. I'm going to start with the Huevember palette, so all I did was pick today's palette from Chikuri's prompt list here, and then I just kind of, these first two, I just kind of drug the color picker around a little bit to get a light and a dark, so I'm doing 3 palettes, or 3 colors for this first one. I just feel like 2 might be too hard for me. I don't know. We'll see. I like I said, I'm kind of I'm like a newborn wading out into the deep here. So color is something I really want to get better at and more comfortable with and more intentional about choosing in my illustrations. And so I think think a study like this is going to help with that. So anyway, that's just a quick overview of what we'll be doing today. If you aren't feeling color today, if you would like to do a different kind of study, if you want to do a still life, or if you want to do a black and white, do a value study for sure, Ulodnin. Yeah, I was gonna say one way I think once I do this first sketch, I think one thing I'm gonna try to do is I'll do a different image for the next one and do just a black and white drawing and then copy that and then just kind of do a color layer where I can paint over color directly onto that black and white. And I'll show you guys, if you're new to digital art, that might sound confusing, but it's basically a really quick way to look at this image. Like you don't have to redraw it every time, and then you can still play with color. But I've never done it in Krita, so we'll see how it works in Krita. But anyway, that's kind of the general plan for today. But again, if you want to do something else, if you'd rather just do like a more traditional study, if you want to like what we've been doing, or if you want to do like I said, an observational drawing from something around you, or if you have a tutorial that you've been sitting on that you've wanted to walk through, feel free to jump into that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Let me say hi to everybody, and then we'll do the Draw Me an Animal game really fast that we got from Pandarius, and then we'll get started. So that gives you guys time to find a ref and to kind of start your sketching if you'd like while you listen, or, you know, just hang out. Do whatever you want, guys. We're having a cozy chill time, not a chosy kill time, like I almost said, because I'm sleep deprived. I could not fall asleep until 4 a.m. this morning. And of course, my brain was like, hey, did you know it's 7:30? You should be awake. And I was like, I don't want to be. But I was. So anyway, I may stumble a lot today. It's a very sleep-deprived Casey that you're getting this morning. Let me scroll up and just say hi really fast, and then we'll jump in. Paleontologist V, hello, good to see you. Animes, of course, hello, thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. I know you also didn't get a lot of sleep, it sounds like, so I hope you're feeling better. Skittle, how are you? It's good to see you. Thanks again for that raid yesterday, Skittle. It's very funny timing. And Ecuador, hey, first time chatter, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in and checking it out. Dino Dax, I'm glad you're enjoying those dinosaur emotes. For anyone who did come in on the paleontology raid yesterday, just be aware I don't always do dinosaurs. I do, you know, art studies and stuff too. We do these in the morning, and then in the afternoon I'll get into more design stuff. Not design stuff, like, you know, illustration stuff. But I will say this month I will be doing a lot of dinosaurs for Dinovember. So if anybody wants to follow along with that journey, we have a Dinovember command. And then I also have, you can follow my socials. I'll be posting stuff. As soon as I get to the studio today, I'll be posting the drawing I did last night, the Impellosaurus. But anyway, it's I may not get there until later this afternoon. We'll see how the roads are. But welcome on in, Dino Dax. It's good to have you. Just make sure I'm missing. Hey, Ray of Sun, how are ya? Good to see ya. Thanks for popping in. Charlie's Dragon, hello. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone's doing well. Festival of Void, hi. Love those modes. Hope you're good. Yeah, Color Day. Hey, Mirror Stepper. Hope you're doing well. It's always good to see ya. Dreddy, poor Mace. Sharing Mart, good morning. Thank you for being here. Man, so many folks in chat. You're not late at all, Sloppy Salamander. You are right on time. You guys know I don't usually even get this thing going until like 20 minutes after we start, so you're all good. Part of that is because it gives people time to get in here. I don't want to start right away, just because people feel like they're behind and they've missed something. I'm not squirreling. Also, for those who don't know, my roommate's here today, just for a little bit. She's doing some stuff. Anyway, so if I mute randomly or if you hear weird sounds, that's what's going on. I have an earbud in right now just so I don't bug her. So the alerts aren't as loud. So you guys might have trouble jump scaring me today. At least until I take the earbud out. I really don't like wearing them, so that's, yeah, hopefully I can do that soon. But anyway, how are you doing? I saw that Spicy Jaw. I think that was from you. Pandarius, I will get to that in just a second. Silval, hello. I really appreciate you always lurking here. Thank you so much for the support. It means a lot, guys. Sorry I'm so sleepy. Hold on. I'm gonna finish my energy tea, and then I'm gonna have actual tea to keep my throat from dying. Chaw's art is super pretty with all the colors, yeah. Yeah, she is incredible. Blue. Sloppy says, I was looking at Faber-Castell pastel pencils. Yeah. Yeah, don't, maybe start with like a student grade, just to kind of, that's what I do. On that note, I think I am gonna do a color study this month using actual paints. So if anybody, I'll let you, I put it in the Discord and the stream schedule. I don't remember, I think I did indicate which day. We'll have to look at that at the end of stream. But prepare yourselves. If you want an excuse to get into some color mixing and some paint stuff, I'm gonna actually do like a mixing, like a color palette thing. And if anyone wants to join me for that, start preparing now. I have not pulled out my paints in literal years, so I'm gonna be extremely rusty. What are the stipulations, Vessel Void? Hopefully everything I said made sense, but let me know if it didn't and I'll explain some more. I'm still behind on chat. You loading in? Use the Force, Luke. Did somebody cheese Elodin? Please tell me somebody threw cheese at Elodin for that. How you doing, Elodin? It's good to see you. Okay. A sea bunny. I'm so excited. I think I know what that is. A cozy, cheesy stream. Indeed. Indeed. I'm glad you're doing better, Mace. But it doesn't want to be late because it's mid-70s outside. Oh, wow. We are having exactly the opposite. Here, let me show you. I don't know if you guys can see this on the screen. I'll post it in the Discord too. But here's a picture of what it looks like outside. And I'll show you what it looked like last night when I left my studio at 2:30 in the morning because I was not paying attention to the time. That's part of why I'm sleepy today, is I just was like, just working. Oh, we're upside down. Why are we upside down? Oh, and now we have no cam. All right, well, here's the only cam I have. But anyway, here was last night at 2:30 in the morning, leaving the studio. And here's this morning outside my apartment. The roads actually don't look too bad. I just maybe a little icy, so I'm hoping that they clear up. But we're having pretty snowy weather right now. It is getting close to winter here. Yeah, enjoy your sleep, Blue. Yeah, I am also pretty sleepy. But thank you for lurking. Did I say sleep or lurk? Thank you for being here either way. Okay, I think I'm at the bottom of chat now. No worries, no worries. Okay, Draw me an animal. That's the first order of business, is the Draw me an animal game. So let me do that really fast. And thank you again for those who are lurking. It means a lot. Okay. Oops, that's not right. There we go. Sea bunny. Snow indeed. Yeah, maybe I'll see if it's packable snow. Maybe I'll make a snow sculpture or something. That would be fun. You guys want to do a snow sculpture stream this afternoon instead of my normal stream? Alright, Sea Bunny is the one that was requested. I'm pretty sure that this is a sea slug. I could be wrong. But I've drawn what is called a sea bunny anyway before. Today is actually the first Wednesday of the month, so that's the day we do sea slug dragons for the afternoon stream. So I'll be doing that this afternoon. So I just have sea slugs on the brain. So maybe that's wrong. But hey, Miss Yvette. Hey, Bribowette. How are you guys doing? Good to see you. So here's what I think a sea bunny is. We have, let's see, it is 10:28. I've got 5 minutes to draw. The way this works, guys, is basically we just ask that you don't give me any hints in chat, but feel free to look it up yourself and see how close I get. If I'm right, then it's a pretty simple little sea slug. I spent a lot of time looking at sea slugs, guys. Maybe I'll do a color, actually, since it's Huevember. Let's paint this instead of draw it. Use some color here. So we'll do like the sea floor, maybe like a grayish. Also, let me know how the music is, guys. It's hard for me to tell because I have it really quiet in my ear, so I don't know how loud it is for you guys, but yeah, Parakeety, welcome on in, and thank you again for all your help last night. That was a lot. And Amaze as well. Thank you guys. You really didn't have to, but I appreciate your presence, and I apologize if it was inconvenient or you felt obligated to be there. It really was not my intention. I don't know how else to tell you, please don't change your plans, but I do appreciate that you were there. But yeah, we got like we got probably 6 inches last night. Thankfully it's not really sticking on the roads very much. That's always kind of the sketchy part, but I'm thinking I should be able to get to my studio okay this afternoon, so I'm just kind of here waiting for it to clear up a little bit on the roads, just in case overnight it got icy, because it was 30 degrees outside when I got home last night, so I'm guessing it stayed a little bit below freezing. But hopefully it was warm enough earlier in the day yesterday that it didn't I don't think it was super frozen, so I should be okay. It's just, you know, it's a lot to navigate. Didn't feel like it this morning because I'm sleepy as heck. Okay. I think we're supposed to get maybe 3 more inches today, this morning, but I think we're kind of, it's already starting to kind of slow down a little. Actually, no, I lied. It's actually picked up. I just looked. There's giant flakes coming down right now. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out here and see how it is before my afternoon stream. Hopefully I'll be in the studio this afternoon. I did not send my files to myself last night, stupidly, and so I'm not prepared to work from home today, but I can still do stuff from here if I need to. It's just not ideal. I'm glad. You did plenty. You did plenty, Amaze. Just being there to be a presence that people can see, even if you're doing other stuff, it's just helpful and potentially sus people, which we don't think we had any last night, but when they know that there's a mod in chat. Yeah, no, I won't paleontologist VA, don't worry. That's why I'm here. I've definitely learned it's better to not take risks on icy roads. I do have brand new tires on my car though, so perfect timing for that because I just got that done. Country road, yeah, exactly. Into a tin. I can't remember if they have little eye spots, but I'm gonna give them little eye spots anyway. I'm pretty sure this is a sea bunny. This is at least what I think of when I think of a sea bunny. But we'll see. I've got 1 more minute to finish, so I'm just gonna... We did a dragon based on this creature not too long ago, so I still need to get new brakes on my car. I actually did finally make an appointment for that yesterday, so I've got an appointment scheduled next week. I will probably have to stream from home that day for sure, because yeah, I won't have my car for the whole day, basically. Pretty annoyed about that, but it was the cheapest place in town to get it done, so... Well, in theory, we'll see what they end up charging me. I'm not... At this point, I'm very sus. This whole brakes situation has been a whole thing, trying to get somebody to give me an actual quote. Anyway. Like, I was quoted everything from like one place was like, oh, between 460 and 520, and then the next time I called, I got a different person, and they told me it was gonna be like 550, and I was like, okay. Alright, I'm gonna say this is a sea bunny, folks. That's about my time limit, so we're gonna save, and let's go see what a sea bunny looks like. My car is as tired as I am. Oh my gosh, Ulodin, did you just drink some joke juice this morning? Oh my goodness. Jeez Louise. Let's see. We are all Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. Hey Dodger, good morning, how are you? Thanks for coming back on in. Hope you're doing well. Alright, let's check out the sea bunny. Let's see how close I got. If it's the same animal. It is. Excellent. Although I think I was actually thinking of a different version of this critter. Let's check out the one I thought I was drawing. But yeah, this is what I was thinking of. So there's this animal has a lot of variation. They're all kind of called sea bunnies, but this is the one most people think of. This is the most iconic looking one. But here is another one. It does have a little oh wait, no, somebody added that. Let's learn about them though. So, I mean, yeah, pretty close. Let me pull up the Wikipedia page. So the fun part about this game is that we get to learn about the creature together. So this is Jaruna parva. You guys love sea slugs. They're so much fun. But they're part of this whole group, this whole genus, right? There's lots of variety. You can have all kinds of different colors with these guys. I actually kind of want to go to the sea slug forum to learn about them. I know Wikipedia we usually hang out on, but you guys, if you haven't been to the sea slug forum and you're interested in sea slugs, this is a perfect segue, by the way, to the stream this afternoon. So if you like sea slugs, come back tonight. Seaslugforum.net, guys. It's one of the places I hang out for a lot of inspiration. If you go to the species list here, you're gonna see so many things. So I'm gonna type that name, Jaruna. We have a whole bunch. They group it by families. Holy cow, there's a lot in here. So let's look up Jaruna parva. See what Sea Slug Forum has to say about it. The reason I like Sea Slug Forum, so here's Sea Slug Forum, by the way. We'll just pull it over here. Is oops, where'd it go? There we go. Is you get to read commentary. So I'm gonna open a few of the Jarunas, and we'll just look at them really fast. So here's Jaruna parva, the sea bunny. But you can check out messages. It's like a forum. They stopped updating it a while ago. I think like 2010, I think was the last time, yeah, that they updated this. They had to stop funding for this website because it was just taking up too much money from the museum that hosts it. But it's such a cool site because you can read comments. Like it says, people would submit pictures, and they'd be able to talk about them with an actual professional, I don't know what you call them, but somebody who studies sea slugs. And he's like, hey, it's possible that these two animals are extreme color forms of the same species. See this message and this message. So we can like click that and read about like all this cool observational data from all these like citizen scientists and actual like, you know, scientists who study these professionally. It's so fun. I could spend so much time here. And this is Bill Rudman. I am like so close to sending him some fan mail. I have used this site for years for inspiration. I want to like print off a bunch of Sea Slug Dragon stickers and just send them to him. That might be something I do. Maybe we'll do it maybe we'll do it for Giftmas this year. I don't know, but let's, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm nerding out here about sea slugs already. Sorry, folks. They're really fun. They're really cool. But yeah, check out the Sea Slug Forum, guys, if you want some cool color inspiration. Like, speaking of color palettes, holy cow. If you need a color palette idea, just click through that species list today. You will find so much. Okay, but this is a species of Dorid nudibranch. A nudibranch is a sea slug, soft-bodied marine animal, right? But actually, Nudivember is happening right now. It's like nudibranch November. There's so many November stuff this month, but it's one I just found out about a few days ago, and I'm already like, dang it, I should have done that. Next year, maybe. Species was first described by, so it's a Japanese species. There's a lot of sea slugs around Japan. But first described by Kikutaro Baba. A resemblance to a rabbit has facilitated a surge in popularity on Twitter and throughout Japan in 2015. I remember seeing these all over the internet in 2015. Like, that was when I first got into sea slugs. It was just, sea slugs were all the rage online. So the sea bunny, we actually have some sea slug emotes if anybody wants to use those. Just type in sea slug and you'll see them. But we have the leaf sheep, which was also very popular, and the one that looks like a dragon already that actually inspired me to do the Sea Slug Dragon series, Glaucus atlanticus. But anyway. Species is about 1 centimeter long. They're all very small. It has black and white rhinophores, which are the little ear-like structures that a lot of slugs have. Somewhat resembles a rabbit's ears. The external gills are located near the rear. That's what these are. The body is colored in papillae, which are those little tiny protuberances, and they're used for sensory functions. That's cool. But it gives the appearance of a furry animal. Yeah. Many colorations of Jaruna parva, including yellow, white, green, though the latter is rarely photographed. Oh, cool. I want to see a green one now. All of the variants have the black papillae interspersed among the papillae of the main color. There's controversy over whether or not the colors... Oh, there's controversy over whether or not the different colorations are divergent species. Oh, I kind of want to read... Is there a paper cited here? Nope, just an article. I think that's what is actually being discussed right here. We can see that in... Well, in the past it was in real time. But talking about how, you know, that's exactly what they were talking about when we looked it up first. It's like it's possible that these two animals are extreme color forms of the same species. It's really interesting. Speciation, man, is like a whole thing that I don't understand. Here is the size of these things. This is somebody's finger, by the way. They're really, really, really tiny. Most sea slugs are very, very small. So you get a lot of really cool macro photography from them. Anyway, thank you so much, Pandarius, for choosing the sea bunny today. Now we all know about them. And yeah, very fun. All right, fun way to start the street. So small and cute. I know, right, Golganek? And also, hi, Golganek, how are you? A marine biologist? No, I think it's like a it's something like a mollusk. It's something to do with like the study of mollusks specifically, but I forget what it's called. You discovered them from a sea slug themed VTuber. That's awesome, Pandarius. Thank you for the biology lesson. I'm sorry. I'm not a biology teacher. I'm just reading stuff on the internet. Sorry to nerd out so much, but they are cute. I think they are too. Well, there we go. Is when I'm really tired like now. Oh no, Lunin. I understand. A pro slugger. That's what we're gonna call them. No, I'm not really sorry for nerding out. I know that we're here to draw, but I do like the Draw Me an Animal game, and it is a fun excuse to nerd out about animals for a little bit. So thank you for indulging me, guys. Okay. I'm starting to wake up. I'm gonna close all these tabs about sea slugs. Oh, look at that one. Look at this one. Guys, same family. Look how different this one is. Crazy. Okay, anyway, this is why you can look at these animals and feel like, oh, I can get any kind of creature inspiration from this. All right, let's get started. Okay, where did I put everything? Let's move these slightly. I'm gonna do my drawing right here, and then I'm going to copy it. So I'm going to do a basic line drawing for this first one, just to get into the mode. I don't know what I'm doing. I kind of want to do a black and white painting for one, but for this one I think I'm just going to stick with something basic. And don't get too caught up in the drawing part of this unless you really want to go like full ham and do like a whole paint study, but oh, thanks, Vessel. My playlist caused me a little bit of consternation last night. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I very sneakily after the raid switched it to a hold on. Switched it to a little more Twitch-friendly playlist. I mean, I have my audio set up to where none of this shows up in the VOD, but that's like questionable practice probably. And I'm very averse to being in trouble. And we got a big raid last night, and there were 2 staff members in my chat. So I got very nervous. Like extremely nervous. This is that thing I've been worried about. Yeah, Charlie, thanks for not saying anything, by the way, guys. But I tried to very slowly just like, oh, I'm gonna switch this. I think they were just lurking. I think they got lurked in from the raid that raided into Danny before he raided into me, so I don't think they were paying attention, but I'm always a little nervous about that. I don't know. I don't know how seriously staff members take it, but I think they probably are supposed to. Just a little. You don't think they could possibly care? They might. They might. But they did lurk the whole stream, and so just out of a sense of nerves, I No, I did notice. That's why I have those. So those are actually the tracks that play in the background. I kind of rotate them, but those are the stream safe tracks that play in my VODs. So I have like a series of VODs, like a series of songs that I rotate through, or like tracks that I rotate through that are very long. Because no, I actually draw a lot better when I'm listening to music that I actually enjoy, or like that's part of why I hum along, because I'm just kind of getting in the zone. So it's actually harder for me to create and be creative when I'm not listening to music that I like. I can only listen to lo-fi and, you know, copyright-free sounds for so long before I start to like feel tired. It's just a thing. So it was actually kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. Believe it or not, that was actually a big part of the reason that I stopped streaming back in 2018 was when I kind of fell off, because I think that was around the time that they really cracked down on listening to copyright music live on Twitch, and I didn't know how to do the whole audio thing like that I do now to get around that. I don't know. And so I was just like, I can't draw for 3 hours with just like ambient sounds. Like it's too hard to get in that creative mode. So I'm trying to think around like what to do with that. Most Twitch staff that watch are really cool and friendly, so you shouldn't stress. Well, it's not that I stress about seeing them. Like, I'm honored to have them. It's more I am very averse to being in trouble. Like, I'm still really sad that my account got dinged for something I didn't do and that I have no way to take it off. I don't think it's like a big bad mark or anything, because it never went to appeals. Like, I can't see that there's a mark, but I can see the effects of it because I have some limits on my account right now that won't go away for like a set time, because a bot decided I was not being work safe when I hadn't tagged myself as 18 plus when I never do anything that's 18 plus, but I don't know. Anyway, so you'd have the opposite problem where I vibe too hard with music and forget about the art. Yeah. Yeah, I'm too self-conscious about being in trouble to really ever disassociate that hard. But then you had Bob Ross music. Yeah, exactly, Pyro. Yeah. You should have been dinged many times. Should I? Oh, yeah, for the music, yeah, probably. But that's why I switched it. Sharing my art, yeah, I was very nervous. It's like when I got that raid, I was like, holy cow, that's a lot of people. He must have gotten a big raid, and I went and looked in the like while I was overwhelmed, I like looked at the little like who's in chat, and I was like, oh, there's 2 staff members in here. Cool. I'm gonna get banned. Like my immediate thought was like, well, this is my last stream. Anyway. I didn't, but I appreciate nobody pointing it out in chat also. Just FYI, please don't draw attention to it if that happens. I tried to be sly about it. No, Raga! Raga, why? Don't ping Twitch. What if they show up? Why are my mods mean to me? Rude. I know, Raga's such a poster. Snitches get stitches, Raga. Oh my gosh. Being betrayed. I know it sounds silly, probably. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be that, like, I wouldn't get immediately banned or anything. I'd probably just get a warning. But even just having a warning would make me so, like, sad. I would probably lose sleep over it. Like, I'm just that way. It's been a problem my whole life. I've always been that kid when I was little who just, like, heavily guilt conscious and, like, guilty conscience, I guess. And, like, takes it really hard if I do something wrong, so I don't know. I need to figure out a different solution. I was thinking maybe I could have a way that's like here you can listen to what I'm listening to and like making an actual playlist, because people have asked me for that before. And then I could have that like streaming off-site so people can hear what I'm listening to. But that's such a step, you know? I don't know if I don't have time to set that up either. Do they ever show up? What do you mean? Does whoever show up? I mean, I don't think they ever talked in chat. I think they just lurked the whole time. I was also extremely overwhelmed yesterday, and chat was moving really quickly, and I missed a lot of conversations in chat. I actually had to watch the VOD back last night. I've seen Twitch raid. Like, Twitch has an actual account. If you didn't know that, you can follow Twitch. They do, actually, I do follow them because they do updates, and they go over the new updates and answer questions, I think once a month, and then every couple of weeks they do like checking in with it. I don't know, it's actually, I think, worthwhile if you aren't following Twitch, actually to follow them for that reason, just so you can hear what's going on and directly ask questions. But yeah, I've seen them raid into, actually they raided into Danny one time, and they raided into Irish John Games whenever he made partner. So they definitely are around. Like, makes me nervous because I know some of these people, and I'm like, oh no, association means I'm that much closer. I don't know. All right, anyway, so here's my drawing. I'm just doing like a rough sketch here, and I'm gonna copy this a bunch of times. I'm not actually gonna use the colors from the image though. I'm gonna use the colors from the palettes that I chose. And then I'm going to start to vary. I might do some variations on it, and then I'm going to do another, like a painting one. So I'll probably just get through 2 studies today, just because of time. But you follow at least the CEO on Twitch. I didn't even know who the CEO was until like a month ago. Yeah, DJ Clancy, right? I don't know anybody big in Twitch, I feel like. I don't know any of the, like, people everyone seems to know. I just don't pay attention. I just hang out on streams with like artists and scientists and a few musicians and a lot of education people, but those tend to be smaller channels. Like, I just don't run into like the big names, you know? I'm big? No, like, these are people who have like millions of followers and like thousands of people hanging out in there like daily. And Casey will get partner, they might peek in. It's true, Aga, but I'm not gonna get partner because I'm not pushing for partner, so. My internet only works from home right now, and this computer does not crash and the internet stays on, so like my brand new computer in my fancy studio is all broken, and this old one is better somehow, so I'm really frustrated about that right now, actually. You follow him. Nice. Showed up late to the start of this. Huevember is basically make a picture broadly featuring this color. Yeah, basically Huevember itself is kind of just use this color as inspiration. So here's how Huevember works. I'm using Chikuri's prompt. The traditional Huevember prompt, I think it just rotates like 45 degrees to the left. So like it starts with like yellow and goes around. But let's see. But yeah, you just kind of use it as an inspiration. So if you type Huevember, if you go look that hashtag up, there's actually a lot of people who've been doing this. It's a really good opportunity to do some color studies. I'd never do them, so I need the excuse. But the way I'm gonna do it is I just kind of branched off from these. Okay. I'm not too far. What's partners? It's 75. So to get partner, I'm still kind of trying to figure out how this even works, because I get 2 different viewer numbers on my stats or whatever. So like my viewer average is like 30. That's what I think that's the one that actually matters. Sometimes in my analytics my analytics will sometimes say as much as 50 average, but like they're not the same. So I don't really understand, honestly. Like, I'm not really sure how that works, but you have to average 75 viewers consistently for over 2 months. So every single stream you do has to average 75 viewers, which is like, the people I know who really push for it, like, it's like you have to do so much advertising and do so much like hype stuff, and you guys, I don't have the time or the energy, I don't think, especially right now. But yeah, to do all of that, it's a lot of work. Like all the people I've seen who push for partner, it's like stressful. I'm really enjoying having a stress-free stream experience. So I kind of figure like if partner happens, I would be extremely flattered, but it'll have to happen on its own, I think. I don't think I'll ever do like a push for it. As much as as much as Bullet from Science Streams keeps telling me that I'm pushing, I'm really not. So if anybody wants to see that happen, like those of you who hang out with me and who tell people about my streams and rate in, like that's what's gonna get me there more than me doing a push, because I think it's really hard too for artists to get partner. I don't know very many. I mean, I guess they can eventually, but it's really hard to maintain those big numbers on art streams typically. There's not very many that are like, I don't know. Especially Partner Plus. I feel like, I don't know. See, I would be more interested in the plus status, because the plus is really what helps, and affiliates can get plus. So yeah, because that would actually, I think, be more useful for me. But Partner Plus is easier, is it? Yeah, because I think you can get affiliate plus. Like the plus program is open to affiliates now too, not just partners. So yeah, I think I think that's the goal. That my long-term Twitch goal would be to get plus status. If I have a Twitch goal, it would be really cool to have that. Because a lot of things open up for you, and you get a higher revenue split from like the ads and everything and subs. It's nice. You've unintentionally picked a very good reference and might do a painting. Nice, yeah, do it. Oh my gosh, do whatever you feel like is helpful during a study session like this. Do not feel like you have to do what I'm doing. This is just what I'm doing. You don't need to do anything. People will gather themselves. Raga, I appreciate that you believe in me even though you tease me. I appreciate you a lot. I hope you know that. Thank you for that. We'll see. I don't know. It's definitely not something I'm trying for. But I appreciate anybody who decides to spend any amount of time here. Let's see. Why is my chat broken? Hold on. If you look at your achievements page, I think that's where, yeah, and that's where I get confused, because I have it tells me I have two different viewer averages, and I don't know which one to believe. So I think it's the achievements page that tells me my average is 30, so that's just what I feel like my average is 30. Because I do have some streams that are, they're lower. It's like teens and 20s. It's fine. I try not to worry about it, honestly. I often click the viewer thing to where it like hides how many people are watching me, because it actually helps me to not be as stressed. I should have done that yesterday during the raid. I was so frazzled. That was the most people that have ever been in my stream. If you were here last night for that raid, I think Danny got like a 5,000 person raid, and he raided in here with like 800 of them. It was a lot. A very different side of Twitch that I'm not used to interacting with, so if anybody's here from that yesterday, thank you for hanging out. It's always cool to meet more people. No, Raga, please don't. Nobody needs to sub. Yeah, it was really nice of him, Miss Yvette. Wait, you ready for the plus moniker to go out of style? What do you mean? Oh, like Disney Plus or whatever plus? Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it is kind of... I don't know what else. Like, I feel like anything that people use to indicate things like that is going to eventually wear, though, I don't know. Honestly, just even having like this many folks here hanging out with me is more than I ever expected from Twitch. So thank you to anybody who's here. I'm super grateful. And I apologize that I don't know more about color. But thank you for your interest in art and your interest in hanging out with me. Okay, I don't know if I picked great colors here. I actually really hate this gray. So this is like a desaturated, so, oh, you guys can't see that, hold on. So here's, oh wow, what's going on here? Why is Krita so long? What is going on? Okay, let me show you guys a little bit. Here, what little I know about color I will share. So this color, why is it so, everything's so small now? So if you're not familiar with terms like saturation and desaturation, so a lot of color wheels, they'll have all kinds of sliders over here, but basically this super bright color in the corner or in the whatever part of the circle you're in, that's going to be the most saturated, right? And essentially the further away you get from that, the more you're desaturating it, okay? So you can see how this is a more, like, leads to a more muted palette. Like, see how it's kind of like a muted yellow or like a tannish sort of a brown. So even if you struggle with color, think about it in value and saturation. So value are going to be these edges, right? So like we have light to bright, like, and then black to yellow. So it's like you can go lower in value by going like this, or you can desaturate going like this. So you can pick like this dark value or this dark hue and then desaturate it, right? So you can like go toward the gray. So think about saturation and think about value when you're making your decisions here. Don't feel like you have to just stick to these colors. Like, you can play with saturation and value in them, and hopefully the idea is to find some palettes that you enjoy. I do not like this like weird desaturated yellow that I picked, so I'm actually going to change it to more of a brown and do this one instead. I do like this brown, so to get that brown color here, I actually slid it more toward the red. So if you can watch where the slider moves, see here it is higher, it's more in this orangey yellow area, and then watch how it goes down toward the red. So it's a darker and more reddish tone. And I can go somewhere in there maybe to like find a middle color that I like better. It's like, this is a much better color, and I think I'm going to use this instead. I tend to be way more drawn to saturated colors. It's something I actually want to work on, is learning how to tastefully mute my colors. It's the Chicory color wheel, exactly. Eichmann, hey, how you doing? It's good to see ya. Thanks for hopping in. Anyway, that's just a quick overview of saturation and value for anybody who's not familiar with those terms. Why isn't Brenda a partner? I think Art and Jest is a partner. For sure, she's gotta be. If you're talking about Art and Jest. You're here for the art and the flailing carnivores. Hey, you know what, Dino Dax? So is a lot of people. So are a lot of people. Let me drink a little more tea. My brain was like, that was wrong. That was not the correct way to say that. Bad English. Hey, Kasiko Arts, good to see ya. You tried with Twitch a few times, but I don't know if I can handle the pressure for it to be a regular thing. You know what, Kasiko, that's okay. I have had a very good experience on Twitch. I will say the first time I got on Twitch, it was good, but it was not like this. And all I can really say is the main difference is like, I hung out in chats. And this wasn't like something I did tactically, it was just because I was too nervous to stream. And so I just sort of hung out in people's chats for like months before actually like telling people I streamed last year. So I actually hung out on science Twitch a lot, education Twitch, a lot of art streamers, and just like got to know people just naturally. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't intentional. I was just looking for inspiration. I was looking for community and people to kind of do this art thing with and to learn with and just be excited about stuff with. And it just kind of turned into like, oh, you stream? Like, oh, I'll come hang out. And then basically it just turns into like hanging out with your friends. So if anybody is looking to get into streaming, just start meeting people, start hanging out in chats and see who you click with and you know what kinds of streams you like being around. I will say I was kind of subconsciously at first, but then more intentionally over time, taking notes on like how people are doing streaming. Like, what do I like? What am I drawn to? How would I do this? How are they doing this? Like, how would I do that differently? Or what would I, just like kind of slowly figuring out my taste for Twitch streams. Like, there's such a variety. Some people say they don't want to stream because they don't want to be on a webcam. There's so many streamers who don't use a webcam. So many that don't even do VTubers, especially in the art community. Like, with art Twitch, it's really nice because literally all you need is an internet connection and you can stream and be successful. We're about to be in an ad though, so I will continue my tirade in a little bit. So I am going to lower the value on this. Yeah, sharing on other Discords is helpful too, Miss Yvette, especially if you're doing art. Like, join some art Discords. If you need a Discord, I have one, but there's a lot of them out there. You don't have to join mine. I also don't feel pressured either because I know there's like a million Discords out there. But you know, if you're looking to start somewhere, meet some people. Share your work. Start making friends. And then just see who you click with, and find your community. It doesn't have to be mine. Although everyone says they have the best community, but you guys are awesome. So thank you for hanging out with me. I'm extremely honored. Like every single time I stream, I'm like, why people are here? Why? It's very humbling, honestly. Yeah, Pyro hung out here and in Billet and Danny's stream. Yeah, exactly. Before you got the gumption to stream. Yeah, just meet some folks, And you're like I would say you're like a pretty regular chatter in all of those. That's actually part of why I was like, oh, I know we met relatively recently, Pyro, but I've watched you in so many other streams. You're always so kind and helpful. And that was part of why I was like, if they want to mod, like, I trust this person. And it's a really good way to just meet other people, So yeah, thank you for helping me out and doing everything that you do. I really, really appreciate you. And as I say to all my mods, if it ever becomes too much, just let me know and I'm happy to remove the mod if you don't want it. But you're here for the ketchup packets. Rock, paper, water. What? Welcome on in, by the way. It's good to see you. I'm just doing a color study today. Oh, I have hiccups now. Probably because this has caffeine in it. It's not really helping though. Let's try some tea. Also, we are in an ad, so let me do a stretch break. I would show you guys the snow, but my camera likes to die if I touch it, so. We're trying to ration those. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so much mod love, seriously. All of the appreciation to my mods. You guys are an incredible team. I don't know how I got so lucky. This is too hot to drink, guys. I'm gonna hurt myself. Okay, there we go. It's not too bad. I take it back. It's hot. It's not ready. Okay. I'm gonna let that air out, actually. Okay, let's do some stretches. Let's unshrimp ourselves, folks. Ow. I'm very sore. I did like 5 push-ups yesterday. I'm so weak, you guys. I did not realize how weak I had become this year from all the work I've been doing. Oh my gosh. Like, I've just been sitting and drawing, like, all year, and I feel like I'm atrophying away. I really need to... I might need legit accountability for lifting. I had joked about making an animation that was like a lift command, kind of like what Chris Wright does in his streams, so that you guys could make me work out on stream, but I don't want to work out on video, so I wanted to maybe do an animation that would, like, it take the place of my camera, and then that little animation could be working out, and then I'll go off stream and do it, but... Hurting yourself on Twitch is prohibited. Oh, but no, I can't throw it away. I really need it. My voice was like suffering last night from all the talking. Okay, it's not too bad. I just have to sip really lightly off the top. Okay, we're back from ads, I think. You usually lurk in streams because you're always nervous. Yeah, that's fair. Listen, Casey, so I lurked for years. I'm the same way. I've told this story before, and I think I even told it last night. But I have spent my entire life being afraid of interacting online. Like, no joke. Pretty much from the time I got onto art communities online, I was like instantly intimidated, and it has taken a lot of work to push through that. So I understand. Do it at whatever pace you would like to. She's not a partner. Interesting. Huh, I'm surprised. I'm surprised she wouldn't be. She may not, Actually, now that you mention it, does Arden just have ads on her stream? She may not monetize. She may just do... No, because you can sub, so she is monetized. That's surprising. She maybe just hasn't applied. Caitlin Intelligence VA. Because you do have to apply to that. Like, it's not something they just give you, so maybe she just hasn't gone through the steps of applying, which is surprising, actually. Yeah, the second you get into chat, it's true, Pandarius. That her whole community is, like, so generous. Holy cow. Well, if anybody wants to recommend... I mean, there's a lot of really cool art streamers. Keiko Arts, or anybody who's curious to get more connected with Twitch. One of the things I did earlier this year was I just made it my goal. I wanted to see what people were doing on Twitch and get ideas for how I wanted to get into streaming. And so I made it a goal to meet one new artist a week, because I'm busy. You know, I've got so much stuff going on in my life, and a part-time job and just other obligations, and so I knew I wasn't gonna have a lot of time, but I was like, I can handle hanging out in one person's chat. You know, I can like meet one person. And so I just kind of like hopped around and started like looking, and when I found an art style that clicked with me, or like a vibe that I liked, I just kind of hung out and tried to get to know the chat a little bit and just see what the streamer was like, and see. And some streamers, it turned out like, oh, I don't really like this place. Actually, I thought I would, but it's not for me. And then some, like, it's quite a few, I was just like, holy cow, this is a really unique concept. Like Julie, I think it was Raga that recommended Julie. Her streams are incredibly unique, and I do not understand how she does what she does, but it's like a live interactive animation art show here on Twitch, and I do not understand how you make that happen. But then, you know, I met people like, you know, like a Blue Skittle and Jay Stiller and Shakuri, and like so many folks who hang out with me here, and I'm honored. And people like, you know, Rock Paper Water is an incredible traditional painter. Like there's just, and Be It Easel, like there's so many. There's just so much variety of stream types and media, and I find it all super inspiring, and I've just really enjoyed the art community here on Twitch. Honestly, it's just generally super supportive, and like genuinely excited, like actually excited to see your work and to boost you, and to like I think it's just because we all get it, you know, like we all understand how hard it is for artists, maybe. And because this is such a community centered platform in general, like with the connectivity with Discord and everything, it has very quickly become my favorite social media platform. I don't know, I've been thinking about making a post for a while that's just like about how I feel like people should get on art Twitch. And just abandon all other social media for art, because especially with all the AI stuff right now, I just really feel like this is one of the safest places online for artists at the moment. And plus, it's such a supportive group of people, and there's so much variety. Like there's you know, people who do like anime style, and you know, mech and comic books and children's books, and you know, furries and creature design and naturalistic artists. I mean, literally any type of art you can think of. There's sculptors and ceramics and just everything. There's something for everybody here. I don't know. I just, yeah. I've really enjoyed my time this year on Twitch, and I think I kind of kicked myself a little for being so afraid to get to meet people for so long, because everyone's really nice, and you know, if my stream's not somebody's vibe, that's okay. Like, the people who like what you're doing and are into the type of work that you're doing will find your stream, and the way that they do that is by you like meeting people, you know. it's just very community based. I love it. I feel like it's what every other social media is trying to say that they do for people, but like Twitch with like the raids and the shout outs and just the way that there's so many ways built in to be supportive of others. If you lean into that instead of being fearful about it, I think it really comes back. Like what is it that Nerduino says? A rising tide lifts all boats, right? There's some streamers who are like, oh no, I never shout out, or I only raid to my friends, because they're afraid of losing viewers to other streamers. But it's like, no, you're totally missing out on the communal part of it. Like, it's good to shout people out and to raid into others and to meet new people. Like, that's how everybody grows on Twitch. Like, it's just good. it's supportive. It's like built-in support. Anyway, I'm getting all gushy about Twitch, but if anybody's curious about starting out on Twitch, I do have a whole section of my Discord. And oops, sorry, I also can't type, FYI. I did it twice. Could somebody please type Discord? Anyway, we have a whole section for stream tips, like getting set up on Twitch and like ideas and like how-to guides. There's a whole channel just for that. So if anybody is listening to this and you're like, oh, that sounds interesting, you feel free to join my Discord. You don't even have to say hi. You don't have to like interact at all. Just go to the stream tips section, go to the pins at the top of the category, and you'll find a lot of the quick guides that a lot of people have questions like audio setup and OBS guides and like things like that. So okay, let me copy this drawing, and by the way, for anyone who's never been here before, we do a show and tell at the end of these warm-up streams. I forgot to say this, but if you're doing any kind of a study, it doesn't matter if you're doing a color study or observational drawing or just an anatomy study, whatever you're doing, a tutorial, feel free to drop it in the warm-up studies section of the Discord, and at the end of stream, as long as it's work safe, we will look at it on screen together. So if you want to be a part of that, or just draw along and don't share with anybody, it's totally fine. But yeah, feel free to, oh gosh, what did I just do? I keep telling you guys, I'm not a pro. Like, I don't even know how I did that. Anyway, but if you want to be a part of that, it's just a way, the whole idea behind the art gym, that's what we've been calling it, is that sometimes it's easier to work out, right, with accountability partners. Same thing with art. I really think it's sometimes hard for us as artists to make ourselves do these studies and these practices because we want to do other things, you know? We want to do the exciting stuff. I'm going to make these smaller, actually, so I can go a little faster. But yeah, that's the idea here. So, okay. Let me scroll. I'm really behind on chat. I don't want to work out on stream physically, Ludnin, yes. Lurking is fun. I'm never more productive. Yeah, no, I agree. It's also nice when you work from home or alone. Sorry, my voice is dying again. To just feel like somebody's in the room. It's almost like an interactive podcast. I think that's why I really like Twitch. Let's see. She has like oil barons in her chat or something. I know, I don't understand. I know more artists in the furry community, but since I don't really identify. Keisiko, it sounds like we've had very similar online experiences. I'm the same way. I grew up very adjacent in my art journey because I draw a lot of animals to the furry community, but I don't consider myself a furry. I've never felt the need to have a persona or do any of that, but I've had lots of friends who've been very into that, which is fine, but yeah, I've always felt like the odd one out because I'm like, I just like drawing animals, but that's okay too, everybody could use a little branching out. Nobody should stay just in one community of anything, that's how we become isolated. Yeah, don't even worry about it. Just draw what you like, Thank you, sharing my art. It is hard to do, not to scare people away from streaming, but it's a commitment if you're starting out, have realistic goals. Yeah, I would say the best thing you can do to start streaming is to make a schedule. That's really because people then know when to expect to watch you. I've broken my schedule a few times. Things come up sometimes, like yesterday, I needed to be distracted from doom scrolling on social media, so, things happen. But when I first started out, I didn't have a schedule. I just streamed when I could because it felt like too much pressure, and that's also okay. You're not gonna you're not going to be able to find as consistent of people to hang out with if you do that, but it's a good way to just warm up to streaming too. So don't let not being able to have a set schedule yet stop you either, I will say. Yeah, but that's good advice, rock, paper, water. And I would say, like, I didn't see success till this year, and I've been streaming off and on since 2017. Like, it takes a while sometimes. Now, granted, I pretty much, like, avoided everybody online, and I think you do, like, if people can't hang out with you if they don't know you exist. So, you wish Twitch would rebuild the team feature since they got rid of hosting. Yeah, hosting was, I remember hosting. When I was streaming, hosting was a thing, and I did like hosting. I don't really understand what is the new feature. So there's two things. You can be on a stream team, and now you can also be in a group, right? Or a club? What's the difference? Can somebody explain that to me? I feel like they're very similar, and I don't really understand the purpose of one versus the other. Your watercolor sticks well. Miss Yvette, I don't know if you've checked out, in fact, I haven't given enough shout outs today, I'm sorry. If you guys aren't following Rock, Paper, Water, a new artist we've met actually pretty recently, well, relatively recently, I guess at this point it's been a few months, but met this year. One of the many artists that I met this year, and I'm really glad I did. Rock does amazing work. Traditional artist with pen and ink and watercolor. You're gonna love what he does. He's a naturalist painter, does a lot of birds. Go give him a follow, really, really great. Also, like, works professionally with other professional artists, like, has a lot of good things to say and a lot of good insight about art. Definitely more pro than me with that. I'm just here learning. It's weird because Twitch isn't strictly speaking of social media. It's not, but it is, you know? Like, I feel like it's almost more social media vessel, if that makes sense, because it's so social and interactive, you know? Met some of the coolest people. Yeah, Pandarius is so, yeah. I'm glad that you guys are on the same page. Twitch is one of the few ways to actually have people's attention. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. On other platforms, it's 5-second attention unless you're, like, already big, right? I feel like on every other social media, you're, like, screaming into the void, trying to make something happen, and, like, come to me, come to me, come to me. And on Twitch, it's the exact opposite. It's like you're shouting out, like, oh, look at this, oh, look at that, and you're getting excited about all the stuff you're seeing, and that's how you meet people. You know, like, you find your people because everybody's kind of into what you're in. You know, I don't know, it's just... highly recommend it. I think I'm gonna make a social media post about it, or maybe a video or something if I have time. I don't know, we'll see. That seems like a pipe dream at this point. Time, what is time? Who has that? Discord. I couldn't type it, guys. Yes, Pyro, and then I meet Belint. Oh my gosh, seriously, guys. If anybody wants to have their biggest... Do you want to know where your biggest fan on Twitch is, guys? It's at Science Streams. If we can get a shout out for Science Streams, because clearly I can't type. My keyboard is also not talking. It's a Bluetooth, and it, like, I'll hit a key and it doesn't communicate that. It's really frustrating. But yeah, if you're ready to meet your biggest fan on Twitch, go hang out with Science Streams. Honestly, he's like everybody's biggest hype man. He will be your biggest fan. Pantarius. You understand the difference between not wanting someone to come into your chat and say, wow, hey, I'm streaming. Yes, there is a difference with just, like, coming in and only interacting to self-promote. I will say that is a fast way to shoot yourself in the foot. If you're only ever self-promoting, and that's true on any social media, they say there's, like, an 80-20 rule. I don't know how strict you have to be with that, but, like, in my experience, the more you can create spaces for people to promote themselves without having to ask you, like, that's part of why I like to do the warm-up studies and do a show and tell at the end, or the art showcase. Like, I love seeing all the cool variety of art there is out there and styles, and giving people a platform to share that, and so that I can get inspired. One, it helps me because I want to get inspired, but two, it also helps them. Like, there's a lot of people who are just starting out on Twitch, like, are in the same boat that I was in, like, 6 months ago, and really want to meet more people, and that's a really good way to do it. And so if I can use, you know, the platform that I've been given to promote others, I'm totally gonna do that. Never been here before. Mayor of Canada, whatever. Cup of Joe, hey, how you doing? Art Gym Rats, yeah, we're art gymming it up today. I'm doing a mix of color study and waxing poetical about Twitch right now. About how much better Twitch is than, like, every other social media out there for artists, at least in my opinion. In Casey's humble opinion that nobody asked for, that is true. But yeah, I stole this from Chuck Curry with permission. Whoa, what happened there, do we think? Hold on. Oh my gosh, I just want to select. Never mind, we're just gonna do this. Why? Why, Krita, why? I'm just trying to do this. You guys, I wish that... Why? Why are we like this today, Krita? It's like grabbing the whole canvas when I hit shift every other time. Anyway, I'm trying to do a color study, is what we're trying to do, Joe. Speaking of awesome artists that I met this year on Twitch, Cup of Joe is one of those. Pixel artist, and is teaching me how to, well, not intentionally, but I'm learning what a pixel art actually is because of Joe's streams. It's actually something I've wanted to get into for a while, like just to try. It was actually on my to-do list for a while this year, and I finally took it off because, or no, was that last year? It sat on my to-do list for a while. It was like, practice pixel art, like try pixel art, make a pixel art avatar. Because I'm sure there's a lot of nuance there that I don't think about, and I think it would be a really useful style to play in at least once. Still haven't done it yet, but I'm sorely tempted to put it back on the to-do list after watching Joe's streams. Also, he's just, it's like a shot of coffee straight into your veins. His name, he does not disappoint. How you doing, Joe? Oh, you're going to be doing a study stream today. Nice, Ekman. Yeah. Study streams are great, honestly. They keep me accountable, because otherwise I would just be scrolling on Instagram right now. Posted your thing. I'm sure it's great, Amaze. And you guys have plenty of time, by the way. I may only make it to one study today, actually, of just these oranges. I wanted to do a paint study with value, but we'll just have to do this again. We have another Huevember on the schedule. I've scheduled out 3 different studies to specifically do Huevember, but I may incorporate it into my other studies this month too, and just choose limited palettes to paint images. Yeah, anyway. I'm gonna make some squares here. We're gonna fill them in. I'm just gonna copy that. So this is a fast way to do these. This is gonna go much quicker than the first one, if I can actually get it to let me slide anything. Blink. Blink. Oh. Everything is on the wrong plane for some reason. I don't know why that's on top. That's weird. So I'm basically going to merge all of these. Oh, apparently I did them unevenly. That's annoying. This is why I'm not a graphic designer, guys. I can't make straight lines. You would think it wouldn't be that hard, but alas, here we are. Oh my gosh, where is the stinking orange? Not a pro, not a pro. This is why you shouldn't learn from me. Okay, where's this one? Because this one I apparently did it on 2 layers for some reason. Where did it go? There it is, okay. Okay, I've got all the oranges on somewhat the same layer here. Merge these layers down, so that should be all the orange sketches, okay. Merge these layers down, and this should be all of the boxes in color. All right, somewhere I drew on the wrong layer, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna copy that. Struggling with those low poly Carnotaurus horns. I'm not surprised, honestly, Charlie's Dragon. Like, I would be, you are way more ambitious than I would ever try to be with that, but I bet it looks great and I'm excited to see it. Casey Co says, I try to schedule, but I've never been great at keeping it. I used to be terrible. It was actually, so I'll tell you what I did. The first year I streamed, I kind of had a schedule and then I got exhausted. And so I stopped having a schedule, and that was around the time I stopped streaming because I didn't have a schedule. I didn't have like for me, having something on the calendar, I feel committed to it. If I've told people I'm going to do it, I try my best to make time for it. And I think I because I didn't have it on the schedule, I got to where I was only streaming like randomly once a month basically. And so I really didn't grow, and I got really discouraged, and I also was super intimidated by art Twitch, or just Twitch in general. There were so many artists I was following, I'm like, and I still feel this way. It's just something you have to learn to live with, I guess, but like just being like, holy cow, like these people are so good at what they do and like so skilled. There's no way I could ever like be in the same room as them, much less show them my art. And so I just didn't talk to anybody. Like nobody knew I existed. I basically streamed, and whoever found me found me. And so because of that, I think it took me like 3 years to hit 300 followers, I think. Yeah, it took a long time. And so, yeah, I just, I basically stopped streaming from like 20, and then I had a lot of stuff I'm not going to get into going on into my personal life that just kind of, I didn't have the energy to stream. It was a rough couple of years, and so for about 3 years there, I really didn't stream. And then last year, I was like, you know what, I'm going to try and get back into streaming, but I'm not ready to talk to people. Like, I was still too intimidated. And I was like, I'm going to work up to it, so I'm just going to start by having a schedule again. So my goal for last year was to stream 2 days a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, because those are 2 of my days off. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to stream for like a little bit, starting at 4 on both of these days. And I just maintained that all year. And then I was actually planning on like doing more last year, but I ended up having some pretty major health issues last year that sort of, literally the only thing I accomplished last year art-wise was maintaining that stream schedule. Like, I didn't have the energy for social media. I didn't have the energy for like trying to meet people or like do anything experimental. I literally was just like, I'm gonna maintain my Patreon and stream twice a week, and that's it. And that's what I did. And that felt like an accomplishment, because last year was not my favorite year ever. But this year I was like, okay, I feel like I've stuck to a schedule for a whole year. Let me see if I can add in some warm-up streams, because this is something I've meant to do for like my entire art career. Is like, it was always on my to-do list, like do warm-ups. Like, you need to do studies. And I was never doing it. So in like February of this year, I was like, I'm just gonna add a warm-up stream. We'll just see how it goes. And just, if people want to hang out and keep me accountable to doing this, great. And people have, and it's been awesome. And I've done more warm-ups this year than I have my entire life, I would say. Like, easily my entire life. So I'm actually gonna switch up the colors here. So I'm basically gonna switch all the colors around that I used in this, and just kind of quickly do some rough color, like recolors of these thumbnails. And so this is basically where I'm gonna probably end my color studies today. Let me just change up some of these colors really fast though. But yeah, I don't know. I forgot if I was even going anywhere with that ramble. But just start wherever you can and do what feels good and right for you. And let the rest of it just kind of happen as it will, That's what I would say to do. So these are colors that I've pulled from these. I'm actually going to use some of these palettes now, because I haven't touched these colors and I really want to. They're very similar, obviously, but there's a lot more orange. And for this one, I actually just color picked from every other color in this color wheel for this one. So it's going to be a little more saturated. Oh, that's actually not super different from the color right there. And you could do as many of these as you wanted to, honestly, especially these quick thumbnails. Like, it's just a way to play with color and kind of see what works. See what combinations you like, see if you like what contrast does, like what having the dark object on the light background can do for you. Or like, the exact opposite, right? Like what it looks like. Don't worry so much about color accuracy to like what a fruit actually has. It's more about just looking at these combinations and seeing what lands for you. This one feels really similar in some ways to the one I already did, but maybe I want to do it this way. No, I don't know. I kind of want to do another one now. Pinched nerve effects. Oh, that is hard. That is hard when you have like a physical issue. I hear ya. Yeah. Well, just do what you can. You know, do what you can, do what you feel like is what I would say. If not that you or anybody was looking for advice, but that's what I would say. And just meet people you vibe with, honestly. Yeah. Best way is get involved with the community for sure, Charlie's Dragon. It's so true. People can't know that they like your work if they can't find you. So don't be like me. Don't be like the Casey of the past over a decade. Don't be a total internet lurker if you are actually trying to make art a thing, because it turns out that doesn't work. Trying to push through it. Good. Well, I wish you well, and it's been really cool. Thank you again. For those who don't know, Kasiko Arts has been doing some really great stuff. Really great stuff for Huevember. I've really been enjoying, and of course, if you can't do them all, please don't feel like you have to now or anything. I really like the work you've done. I think you have a great style. If you guys go give a follow. You never know. Maybe Kasiko might start streaming again someday, or go check out their Twitter or whatever, Blue Sky, whatever platforms they've got posted on their portfolio, or I mean their Twitch page. I am the void and I scream back. It's true, Vessel. You are. Exactly, Charlie's Dragon. Yes, there's a difference between getting involved and self-promoting constantly, and to where the only engagement you ever try to have is self-promotion. That's always going to be a turnoff. It's like the same thing as only ever standing on a street corner and advertising a product. People are going to avoid that. Nobody likes people coming door knocking and forcing them to listen to a spiel that they don't want to listen to. If they don't already know you, they're not going to care about what you're peddling. Pygmy Hippo! We have another Draw Me Animal. Oh my gosh, a Pygmy Hippo. Yes, let's do it. I've been wanting to draw Moodang for a while, actually. You're reading my mind, Siren. Let's see. You've known streamers who are so paranoid about the former, though, that you've gotten in trouble on their Discord for posting art? You've known art streamers like this? And saying something like, just finished this piece for a client, and they told me I broke their rules of self-promo. Wow, Eichmann, that sounds like somebody I wouldn't want to be in their community, honestly. Was it an art streamer? See, and I haven't had any bad interactions like that. And so I haven't... most Discords I join, they have a channel specifically for sharing art. That's crazy. Maybe I could just be naive too. I haven't been around Twitch long enough to see the bad side, probably, but I've had nothing but a good experience. And I think I have an amazing Discord community, and I love seeing what everybody's working on. Please share your art in my Discord. Please share your works in progress. We have a section for signal boosting. If you want to self-promote, there's a channel for that. I want to know what people are doing because it inspires me. I don't understand, especially in the art community. I can kind of see it, I guess, if it's a gamer maybe, because I know the gaming side of Twitch is a lot more territorial about stuff like that. At least that's what I've heard. I have not had that experience in the art side of Twitch. Let's see. I am behind. Yeah, it's really extreme. That's the closest you get to the mystical house, Hippo. Oh my gosh, of course, Cuppa Joe. You're incredible. I'm really behind in chat. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to scroll down. It's a target, but I just need everyone to know how much I love Krita. Yeah, it's a great free program. Let's see. You followed a tutorial on how to assemble a spray. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, Eichmann. Hey, Glassethia, I'm so sorry it took me a while to get down to your comment, but thank you for popping in and saying hi in chat. You've been in the lurker group for some time. Oh, well, I'm truly honored. Thank you. You're so picky with what streamers you're going to listen to while drawing, so I'm glad you're Oh, thank you. I'm really, truly, that's a huge honor to me. Love the idea of an art gem. Yeah, if you ever want to join in, there's never any pressure, but I always, if people don't want to join a Discord, I also understand that. We're probably going to get into the show and tell piece in about 20 minutes. For anybody who is drawing along, if you'd like to share, please feel free to hop in the Discord and drop it. You can also drop a link in chat as long as it's work safe. Please help me not get in trouble on Twitch. I'm always paranoid about trouble. But yeah, I don't know. I need the accountability. So just me knowing that there's people lurking like you, Glassethia, and listening while they draw, just knowing there's people drawing with me Or knowing that there's somebody out there who might be challenging themselves to draw for the first time. And even if you're too nervous to share, just knowing that that might be happening. Like, I've had people message me like privately and be like, oh, I was doing this, and it's really, it's like the studio experience that I've never had. Like, I've never been able to work alongside other artists, so I feel like Twitch really fills that virtual studio kind of like void for me, maybe. But yeah, feel free to join in anytime. And guys, never feel like you have to rush to finish by the end of stream. There's not really a deadline with the art gem stuff. Like, you can drop those images into the Discord at any time, and we basically just look at them all. Like, anything that's below my last post, it's kind of like my line, basically, and then we'll look at anything that's been posted since mine, and by the end of the next art gem. So, like, you always have time to... It's an ongoing art gem. There's not really a deadline. At least so far, that's working okay, I think, so... but I'm honored. Dave works so hard and happy to pay. I don't know what that is. What is that? What is a sprite? Is that a pixel art tool? I don't know anything about it. I'm behind in chat. Sorry. Let me scroll down. Scrolling. Yeah, I need to figure out this perspective grids in Krita still. Something about my hotkeys here is broken with Krita, and it messes up the perspective grids. Yeah, the old what layer is that on? Yeah, constantly. 100 per year, so I've been streaming for 22... No. no, this year has been an insane... I've never had this amount of online any interaction. Like, it's actually been a little intimidating at times. I'm getting better at handling it. I thought until last night's raid where I almost, like... I don't know what it is about... I think I'm just too nervous sometimes. I need to work on that. I get really self-conscious about people looking at me, which is why this whole camera thing is a whole conundrum in my brain. But anyway. Nerduino, hey! How's it going? Man, there's so many cool people in chat right now. You guys should all follow everybody. Nerduino is an astronomer here on Twitch, folks. Good to see you, Nerd. How are you? How's the space? I have to ask you now. How's the space? It's probably a very silly question, but it makes me laugh. I'm easily amused. Yeah. Been having a rough year yourself? I'm sorry. It's, you know, we all go through them. I think it's about how we handle the hardship that really, it kind of shapes us as people maybe, but it doesn't make it any easier to go through the hard years. Yeah, they're not fun. The singer is Cool Vibes? Which one? I'm sorry. I'm so behind in chat, I don't know who you mean. Was it Mark Broussard? It might have been Mark Broussard's Home. I don't know if he did Song for Red Dead Redemption 2. I've never played it. Active on Blue Sky, cool. Speaking of self-promotion, Paradox Moose. Yeah, it's hard. I'm really bad at self-promotion. It's hard, it's awkward, I hate doing it. Yeah, all of it's a tough time. Hey, thanks for that shout out, Science. Is he in chat? I'm not down there yet. We were talking about you if you aren't here, Science. We were talking about you earlier. Guys, if you want to go find your biggest fan on Twitch, click that green heart right there. Science has this incredible ability to literally remember everyone he's ever met on Twitch. He remembers what they're doing. He knows like what their goals are. He's like everybody's hype man. I don't think I've ever been around a person who's more supportive than Belant on Science streams. Oh my gosh, and he puts legs in your chat though. I take it all back. He does not support your comfort zone with weird leg emotes. He's okay, so that answers my question. Belin's definitely in chat. I'm so behind, I'm so sorry, hold on. Scrolling. Blue Sky is better for artists than Twitter? Right now, I think it is. Yeah, Blue Sky, it is tiring, Glass, I agree. There's some Discords that don't let folks just come in to self-promote and ghost only. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you would stop that. We have a few people in my Discord that have done that throughout the years, but I don't really have a big problem with that right now, which is nice. It can be really annoying because part of the reason that's not a good thing is it hurts you and it hurts the community, right? Because if people see alerts and it's only people who are self-promoting and there's no other conversation happening in the Discord, it can be kind of like discouraging for everybody. Whereas if you get involved in some conversation and then start like just naturally bring up your projects, people are going to be more interested in what you're doing because they already know you, you know? So it goes both ways. It helps. I don't know. Yeah. But I don't really know how you put a limit on that. I barely understand how Twitch works, much less Discord. So that's a project for another day. It was an art streamer. Wow. You've had that encounter with several streamers. Wow, Eichmann. Really? I've been in some art Discords that I'm like, I leave them pretty quickly because they don't have an art share section. And I'm like, why? I can't think of any that I'm off the top of my head right now that I'm in that don't have a section. Because typically art streamers on Twitch are trying to meet other artists. So you have to be able to share your work to do, I don't know. It must, yeah, you're right. It's probably an insecurity thing. Having great, yeah, exactly, Ekman. Sorry, I'm like a million years behind on this conversation. Socially awkward me is like, how can I say I relate to this artist with a personal experience without saying, you know, I understand that. I would just say do what makes you feel comfortable, and over time you'll get to know like how to communicate with different streamers, I guess, because everyone's, you know, I say streamers, just different people. Everyone's just a person on Twitch, you know? Okay, I gotta scroll down because I'm so far behind in chat. Hold on. Yeah, enjoy while you can, for sure. Do you hide your view account? I do sometimes, yeah. Especially like science. Especially when I get raids and stuff. Like big ones, yeah. Science, how are you? That's becoming your call sign, I think. It's a game you recommend? It's on my wish list, on my game list. I keep waiting for stuff to go on sale. You guys, I've spent $7 on Steam. That's more money than I've spent on games in a long time. Because I don't have time for games usually. $7 whole. $7.50, I think, with tax. It's a problem, folks. I've been watching to wait till they go on sale for like $1, and then I'll buy a game on there. But so I've bought like 5 games. And then some people have very generously actually like given me games. If anybody sees a game on that list that they think I should play, let me know in chat. We've got 2 backlogged already. I need to work with my roommate actually to find a day that I can stream Journey. And then Okami. I might do them in December as I kind of wind down for the year. I might have more downtime and try to wrap up projects in the studio, so I might do them on days that I'm off. But I also just hate giving up a studio day to play a game. That feels... The work ethic, the hard worker in me just has a really hard time with that. So I don't know if I'll be able to. Because there's always something I could be doing, you know? Push no science. He is a hype man, yeah, for sure. Aw, Belant, I love you too. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate everything you do for the Twitch community that you have. Guys, seriously, if you have not met Belant, the community of people around Belant are just as supportive as he is. It's incredible. Beautiful legs. Don't encourage him, Siren. Why? You guys are chatty today. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of chat here. You think I would learn to take notes because my memory is bad too. Yeah, I've always hated Twitter, Glassthea. I've never been involved until this year, and then it like exploded anyway. If anyone wants to share your Blue Sky link, if you have a Blue Sky link, honestly. If you guys are looking, I mean, it's just like like Twitch, right? The best way to grow on a platform is to meet people. So if you already know people in chat here, share your Blue Sky. Feel free, I don't mind. Unless you have like a Blue Sky that's only not safe for work art, maybe. Maybe don't share that publicly. Sometimes I do have kids that watch my streams and draw with their parents and stuff, so I appreciate you guys helping me keep links safe here, but I trust everybody I'm seeing in chat right now to make a judgment call with that, but that's not a link? Oh, the thing you wrote. Yeah, I don't know why sometimes that happens. If you just sit on a corner and yell about your stuff, it's not a good way. Yeah, I just ignore them, frankly. I just don't give them any interaction. If that's all they're gonna do is promote, I'm just like, eh. Okay, I gotta scroll. Guys, I'm so sorry. You just remembered that you and Belint have beef? Oh, and I'm at the bottom of chat. Darduino, is there some Twitch drama I should know about? Oh my goodness. I actually hate drama a lot. Drama is the reason I didn't get involved in social media for a long time. Oh, I see. Charlie's Dragon. Okay, let's look at these palettes. I'm gonna maybe do one more because I really want to play with some more of these colors, but... Traffic beef. Oh, that's right. You're supposed to call him out. Belint, are you still in here? Narduino has beef with you. Spreading lies about San Diego? Is that what we were talking? No, San Francisco? California in general. I don't know, actually. I take it all back. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, that's some serious beef. I was talking, if anyone else is from California in chat, feel free to speak up if you feel comfortable, but I was thinking about applying to TwitchCon next year, and I was talking to chat about it, and I was asking Belint some questions, or Belint came in or something, and said that, like, there's toll roads everywhere, and there's so many fees, and then Narduino is like, later, I talked to Nerd, and he goes, that's not true. So I don't know what's true, but it was very funny. That's the beef. It's big beef, guys. Big, big, big beef. Listen, I may have exaggerated slightly, but he was... I thought it was like, when I was talking about TwitchCon, it was like all the roads in that area maybe? Or a lot of the big ones are all toll roads? I don't know. I don't know, Nerd. I don't think Science is listening. He's probably lurking at work. You could ping him. I'm sure you'll have more opportunities to debate the beef here eventually on Twitch. Okay, I do not like this palette at all, actually. These colors are not my favorite together. There's just not I didn't pick any dark colors. So I guess I could try playing with the saturation a little bit. And I could like... Yeah, because I didn't really desaturate any of these. Maybe I'll desaturate this one. So I'm going to keep that color, but I'm going to desaturate it slightly. There's always Newgrounds. What do you mean? I don't think I want to go to Newgrounds. Clicks on so many links. Yeah, please, guys. Share. Here, I guess I'll share mine. Hold on. I should probably do that too. I have a Blue Sky. I've been doing Dinovember stuff on it lately, so you're going to see a lot of dinosaurs if you follow me right now. But please, if you do a dinosaur for Dinovember, let me know. I'm trying to reshare as many as I can. Call you Thea. Okay, cool. I will do my best to remember that. And if I don't, I beg your forgiveness. Yeah, do it, do it. Follow the folks. Blue Sky sharing time. Working on your Styracosaur is so cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see him. And if you don't want to share on social media, if you're like many of us who are really afraid to post their images on social media right now because of all the AI stuff, I can't promise you that Discord won't eventually do something like it, but you know, we do have an art share section right now. As far as I'm aware, there is no scraping thing that just goes into people's private Discords. I don't think we have any. I mean, my Discord's not that big, so I'd be really surprised if there was a scraper in there. But yeah, feel free to join and post your art in the Discord. I'd still love to see it, even if you're not comfortable sharing on. So if you want to share, if you do any Dinovember stuff, here is my Dinovember prompt list if anyone needs it. You can click that. It's actually a Blue Sky link. I guess I could have just done that. But it'll take you right to the prompt list. So I think I updated it to actually, let me check. And then of course there is Pyro Kitty's wonderful reference board that she made right there. Dino Ref will take you there. And it's also linked in that post on Blue Sky Pyro. So I did try to link that to make it as accessible as possible. Pyro put together a whole bunch. You would love a Dinovember thread. We can make a Dinovember channel. Yeah, we were talking about it. I wasn't sure how many people would participate or if it would be needed, but I'm more than happy to make a Dinovember channel. We can do that. If a mod is able to do that actually in Discord, I think mods can do that. Feel free to maybe stick it, I don't know. I can do it after stream. I'll find a place to put it. It'd just probably be by art share or something. I feel like a channel would be better than a thread because I think the threads are hard to find if people don't know where to look. And then we can just hide it after November, or people can self-hide it if they don't want to see it. It's going pretty good, Kev. How are you? Oh, I think I saw some scientific fun facts from you. You did. We talked about it, Amaze. We talked about it. Gotta go to work. Hey, Eichmann, thanks so much for hanging out. Guys, if you're not following Eichmann, speaking of, I have so many shout-outs I need to do. I'm sorry. I've been bad about those today. Go follow Eichmann. He was one of the, or maybe we did shout you out. It didn't pop up. He was one of the StreamAche folks from last month. I'd kind of seen you around before that, but got to know your art a little better during StreamAche. It was really cool. Been really great getting to know you. I hope you have a good day at work. And you guys should go give him a follow. Plays games too. It looks like they're playing Helldivers recently. All scientific fun facts are powered by the Bureau of Sciences. That's right. Yeah, the BS for short. You know, I have a BS in art, so that's why you guys shouldn't listen to me. I went to school to be an art teacher, but at the time they didn't have an art education bachelor's program. It was called Visual Art Studies, but it was basically the art education track. So technically, guys, I have the most art degree sounding art degree ever. It's an education degree, but it's a bachelor's in visual art studies. And then the year after I graduated, they actually changed it. They actually made an art education bachelor's. I was like, dang it! It sounds so much more official. Anyway. Vessel, feel free to make one. You don't have to post anything on it. But I also understand Blue Sky is like... Oh, Charlie's Dragon, I'm honored that you made a Blue Sky just to follow me. That's honestly super flattering. Paleontologizing's on there too. I don't know if he's posting there. He posts there a little bit, not a lot. It's hard to start over on social media. A lot of us are tired. You know, we don't want to keep starting over. It's really it's been a frustrating couple of years for a lot of people, especially artists. People losing their, I mean, yeah, it's, I don't want to go down the AI rabbit hole right now, but let's see. Yeah, follow everybody. Okay, there they are. I was trying to find Kev. Okay, we have to take a break for Kev's fun facts, and then I'm going to get into what you guys have been drawing here in a minute. So by the way, if anybody is working on a study of any kind, whether it's a color study or like a drawing or an observational study, like maybe you drew your cat who's sleeping next to you, or maybe you drew your hand, or whatever you've done. Feel free to post it in the Discord if you want to be a part of the show and tell, I don't know. The art workout, the art gym show and tell. I don't know if we have a name for it, but anyway, we'll be doing that in just a minute. Kev says, scientific fun facts about oranges. 1, oranges were invented in the ancient 1980s with the latest science techniques to fill the vital void with Sunny D recipe. Oh, it's true. Yeah, they were invented just for Sunny D. Yeah, for sure. These are facts, by the way, guys. Totally scientific. From what did you call the BS of science facts? Yeah, something like that. The Bureau of Scientific Facts, yeah. Number 2, the best way to enjoy a cool cup of OJ. Not the murderer. Kev, not the murderer. Oh my gosh. Is to brush your teeth and then chug it down. The absolute worst way to enjoy orange juice is right after brushing your teeth. Oh my gosh, wow, that whole sentence was a lot, Kev. Okay, now fact number 3, let's see what this one is. Oranges are an essential part of a balanced color palette. Yes, I agree. Number 4, the name was invented before the fruit, so we just had this word that didn't mean anything for a while. Yeah, we just had this random word. Yeah, these are great facts. These are great facts. Yeah, of course, Mei Xing. Mei Xing is another art streamer here on Twitch. There's a lot of people in chat right now that stream. Like, I could probably shout out, like, everybody in chat right now, and I bet everybody's a streamer. Honored to have you here. Or at least every other person in chat. Let's see. Yeah, we'll make that happen, Sloppy. There's such good facts. Speaking of people to shout out, Kev, you better run for the hills. I'm shouting you out. Did you guys know Kev has started, our very own factician Kev, has started streaming on Twitch lately? He's been doing some art streams. You should definitely go give him a follow. Click that heart. He always streams really late, so I'm not always able to make all of them. But click that little heart button if you enjoy hanging out with Kev and you want to go see him draw and hang out with him while he streams. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. He's just getting started. He just made a great new overlay for his channel. Go give him a little follow. Hang out with him. Give him scientific facts in his chat. Okay. Oh, they're all like that, Miss Yvette. Yeah, that's part of why I hate social media. Yeah, I do not like controversy. I am extremely conflict averse. Yeah, I just want to hang out and see art. All right. But I like to say that I have a BS in art because it makes me laugh. That's about as Casey afternoon as the stream gets, by the way. Siren. Oh my gosh. Too funny. Too funny, you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys are cracking me up. Thank you for the cheese. Let's see. And I can steal stuff I like about... You can't... I mean, I don't have a problem using it as inspiration, but the whole way it's sourced is so unethical. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right now, but it's just super unethical. Yeah. Don't chug it. Yeah, for sure. I was gonna make an orange president joke, but yeah, no, let's stay away. I don't want any we're doing no politics. I think I took off the no politics tag that I had on yesterday, but I would prefer we don't talk about those things here. Thank you. That's okay. That's okay, Kev. You love our communities that are positive and about growing. Yeah, that's what we're trying to be about. So thank you for joining. Social media is just trying to separate. Yeah, no, I preach for sure. Glassithea. Everything about that statement I agree with. Your favorite part of the Casey stream is when we see the chickens. Creative communities here are awesome. Gosh, who else? There's so many folks to shout out. We're gonna do shout outs whenever we do the show and tell piece. You know what I mean, Kev. You know what I mean. I feel like we had some folks here earlier that I think I didn't shout out, but you guys should go follow Skittle. He rated us last night. Incredible art streamer. If you're looking to get connected with more artists here on Twitch, great one to follow. We do have an ad coming up in like 3 minutes, so I'm going to do the show and tell after the ad. So if you are still working on something, you got about 3 minutes. I'll kind of like doodle colors, I think, but... to add to the November talk, says Ray of Sun. It almost seems like your prompt list is located. Yeah, for me, a Ray of Sun, the number of people who have reshared, especially on Blue Sky, like Blue Sky right now is like all about the November. I think part of it, honestly, a Ray of Sun, is nobody else really put out a prompt list that was easy to find, and I put one out like a week before November, and so I think it got a little bit of traction before people were talking about it, and I think that helped. It wasn't intentional. I just wanted to get it out there and get people thinking about it if anyone wanted to join. I definitely didn't expect people to actually reshare it and like bookmark it. But yeah, there's a lot of people doing November, and there's a couple of prompt lists out there. There's also somebody doing one that I followed, and is an amazing paleo artist that decided last minute to do one on Instagram that I've been following. But Instagram is so hard now that you can't do latest posts. It's really hard for me to find people's posts on Instagram. Like, I've kind of given up a little bit. I basically just click the November 2024 tag and scroll through and just see if I see a piece that looks like it might be for mine, or if you use the tag of the actual dinosaur's name on Instagram, those tend to be smaller tags, and so your piece, if you post it on Instagram, has a higher chance to like bump up, I think, because they're smaller tags. And I have been reposting from those tags too, and I have found a few people that have used that, like the name of the dinosaur, as the tag, and that is how I found that they were participating, because I can't find them on Instagram any other way. It's really, really frustrating. Gosh, Instagram used to be so good, and like right when, oh, don't get me, I'm not gonna, yeah, anyway. Anyway, please tag me if you want me to see your piece. I'm trying to reshare as many as I can. I'm not gonna reshare everyone's posts because I think that'd be too much, and I don't want to be like spammy, but I'm trying to share at least one piece of everybody who's participating. Or like, you know, if not very many people did that dinosaur, it definitely increases the odds that I'll be able to share yours, but I'm trying to share at least a couple a day, basically, is my goal this month. Because I also have other stuff to do other than be on social media. The first few days I was sharing a lot, and I was like, this is not sustainable. Like, I can't be online this much. Yeah, anyway. So we have an ad starting, by the way, in 30 seconds. So I'm going to do a stretch during that time. If you... General Dinosaur Art Channel? I think for now let's do Dinovember. I don't want to get... I don't want to have too many channels. I already feel like I have a lot of channels. But we can always change the title later. For now, let's do Dinovember. Or I can do it after stream too. Nobody has to do it for me if you don't want to. But if you... Yeah, it sounds like we're going to have a channel in the Discord for Dinovember, so... I just don't know if it should be in the stream events section or probably in the art side, like down by the art share, like Dinovember, I think would be good. Maybe at the top of the... I don't know. I'll figure it out after stream. We're going to do stretch. So if you're in an ad, I'm sorry. If you decide to watch it, thank you. It does help the stream, but feel free to lower the volume, mute the tab, whatever you gotta do. Or if you need to walk away, that's fine too. I'm going to stretch though, because I'm sore. Ugh. So we're going to do some posture stretches, some carpal tunnel stretches. If you've never done a carpal tunnel stretch with me, this is my favorite one to do. Oh, I can take my headphones out because my roommate's not here anymore. Hold on. I will do that while we're in an ad break. But we'll do a carpal tunnel stretch in just a second. Hold on. I really don't like my headphones. Hopefully that didn't just kill the music for you guys. Okay. Oh no! Shoot, it did kill the music. Did it? No, I can't hear it. There we go. Okay. It's okay? Okay, cool. I'm gonna turn it up slightly. Headphones really bug me, especially the earbud ones. The only way to see art for the challenge is to make people tag you on the image, yeah. Because tagging in the description just doesn't work, yeah. It's really frustrating, yeah. Oh, you're back from ads already, Vessel? Wow, my thing said the ads just started. It says ad break ends in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Yeah, I think so too, Charlie's Dragon. Okay, so if you want to do the carpal tunnel stretch with me, if you can hear the sound of my voice, just take your hand and point it down. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like, instead of pointing it like this, just rotate it as far as you can. You can push it against a wall too, if that's easier. And just go higher if you want to increase the torque, I guess. What I like to do is take my hand and just pull toward me. It's kind of an awkward stretch, but if you can get your thumb in there too, that's going to get all of the carpal tunnel issue areas nice and limber. Just gently pull towards yourself. If this hurts, don't do it. Especially if you have an injury or something, this is going to make it worse. We'll do the prayer pose too, and that's an alternative to this that does the same thing. It's just this one stretches me more, so this is the one I tend to like the most. This is the prayer pose. So you put your palms together, just keep them together, and push your hands toward your waist, basically, towards your belly. This one doesn't do as much for me, because it just doesn't flex my hands enough. I guess if I like really go down and just touch my fingertips, it does kind of the same thing. But it doesn't get my thumb the way that the other stretch does, so. Yeah, you can also do rotations. Then, of course, some shoulder rotations. I'm too stretchy for that stretch, yeah. I kind of am. When I went to PT, they were like... So I have a hip injury from running, a running injury that's like 2 years old now. It's really frustrating. It's actually kept me pretty inactive this year, which is frustrating as heck in a lot of ways. But when I was in PT for it, they kept giving me stretches, and they were like, you're really flexible. I guess... Especially in my hip, apparently, the one that's injured is like over flexible, so it's actually probably part of what caused the injury, among some other issues that I found out about. But anyway, I guess I'm just a little flexible. I'm a little bit double jointed, not a lot, but like a little bit. So that could be why. Okay, we got 10 seconds, guys. Straighten up, unshrimp, guys. This is your unshrimp reminder. Thank you, Raga, for the hydrate. Alright, I'm going to finish the color on this, and then we're going to look at what you guys did. Sorry, I'm sure whenever you say fascinating like that, Amaze, I can't tell if you mean it or if it's like dry humor, like fascinating. Like, Thank you so much for sharing that information. Nobody wanted to know. I think I've just been watching too many sarcastic things. Alright, what have I not done here? I've not done dark stems. Read it in Spock's voice? Yeah. Okay. Well, see, that doesn't help though, because I also can't tell if he means it. But that's his whole thing, right? Is like no emotion, just like no nuance. Yeah, I didn't, this was a really timid step into this. I need to do more with saturation next time, I think. Yeah. But it does get me thinking a lot about silhouettes, so that's good. Like, I really like this combo. Okay, I know you're probably gonna revoke my nerd card for like the millionth time if I say this to you. I don't know, maybe everyone will hate me now, but I've never really seen a whole lot of Star Trek. I'm not a huge sci-fi person. I'm more on the fantasy side of the nerd spectrum, like fantasy and animation side, and I guess animal nerding out is a thing for me, but I know I'm the worst. I'll just go ahead and say it. I am the actual worst, I know. But it was never something that we had a lot of access to when I was a kid. Neither of my parents were into it, and so I didn't have a lot of exposure until I was in high school. I had a friend that was actually Ryu her family was big Trek people. I know, Amaze, I know. I'm a huge disappointment, perpetually. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the way that I am. Go still lie down. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop it here and I'm gonna go see what you guys got up to. We'll do another one of these color studies. Hopefully this was like a okay example. I don't even know if I did this right, but it feels like it was helpful, and like picking the palettes was probably the part that I need to put more thought into next time. Yeah, anyway. Okay, same. Casey Arts also was not a big Trek. So I'm not the only one. You can still be a nerd and not be into Star Trek, right? Right? I've seen a few episodes. I don't dislike it or anything. But I'm not going to sit here and defend myself. I'm going to go on and look at what you guys have been up to in the Discord. Okay. Let's go into warm-up studies. I'm going to scroll really quick and just do a quick check to make sure nothing is not work safe. It's all beautiful. Okay. And we're going to go up to here. Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure it is, yeah. So here's how it works, folks. Basically, I just go into the Discord and we go to warm-up studies, which is right here. And I'm just going to go through everything that's below what I did yesterday or the last warm-up stream. So we did figure studies yesterday, and then everything below that is what we'll look at today. So we're going to start with Sloppy Salamander. Sloppy Salamander's been drawing with us lately. Super honored. Let's read what she had to say. Warmed up for Huevember with a less than perfect Skulltober rattlesnake. I'm sure it's wonderful. We'll look at it in a sec. There's a lot of bones. Had to quit while I was ahead because I know I don't have the coordination to make the ribs anymore 3D than they currently are, but may revisit in the future. You're happy with the form. Good. It looks from a distance, from that small thumbnail, it reads really well. Like I can see all the coils, like everything has volume separately. So I think you did a great job. But let's look at it up close. Snake skeletons are difficult. Like, you did not pick an easy topic. I would have gotten so much more sketchy than this with all of these ribs. I think I would have stopped about here. And I just have been like, nah. So like the commitment to the ribs, Sloppy, is quite impressive. Like look at each individual rib being drawn. Like I'm tired just looking at that. But you did it does a good job though, showing you like how, yeah, like you're paying attention to the direction all the ribs are facing. It's like honestly almost like a contour drawing because there's so many lines that show the volume and show the form of the animal, right? It's almost like you just drew a bunch of circles around the snake like we did when we did that form study a while ago. I know, that's a lot of detail, right, Ray of Sun? So many ribs. And look at this, this is a nice skull. I like that you saw Skulltober and you were like, but what if the whole animal? It's really nicely done. Snake jaws are so fascinating. Like the separated mandible still like gets me. The fact that it's not that the muscles can just pull those things apart and it's totally fine. Like they're not connected like ours are. And it's just like a thing that they do. You know, it's a great creature design element to think about how that could be incorporated. Yeah. Imagine being 10% head and 90% rib cage. I can't, but it seems fragile, honestly. But to be fair, snakes are like pure muscle. Like there's so much muscle protecting all these bones. It's a very compact and powerful creature, you know? When we were in elementary school, some of my classmates were bragging with their hyper-stretching hands, like bending only the last part of their finger. Ooh, I can't do that. I'm not that flexible. And yeah, it's genetics. It cannot be learned. Did you try and hurt yourself? I did that once, I think. They're all abs, yeah, the whole thing. I think there's like a section of the tail that actually becomes technically past the hips and like it's actual tailbone. But it's very far along the tube. It's very lovely. Yeah, Sloppy, round of applause for Sloppy. You're doing a great job here. I know, I like Sloppy's texture too. I know, Sloppy, you mentioned you were a little insecure about the sketchier style. I think it's great. I love a sketchy style personally. Really, really lovely. Really, really lovely, Sloppy. Thank you so much for drawing with us. You've been working on it, so yeah, the commitment to the full skeleton, that's a lot. It's really cool to see you drawing, Sloppy. And I like honestly, I like the pencil for scale. Because if I didn't have that, I would actually think this was a much larger image. So seeing that it's about the height of a pencil, at least you didn't like do a whole like 8x10 drawing, you know, with all those ribs. I think I would have died. Fantastic work. Thank you so much for joining in and for sharing your lovely study and for, you know, encouraging every time somebody posts art in here, just know that it encourages somebody to do a study. Definitely always encourages me, but I think it's really cool to see such a variety in here every single week. So thanks for drawing along and for sharing it with us. Now we have a mazes color study. Oh, this is an interesting way to do it. So it looks like you pulled the colors from the picture, is that right? Or did you just pick arbitrary colors? This is another way to do it too. You can take a photo, pull a few colors from it and kind of focus on where you see light hitting and all that stuff. So this is a very like pop art apple right here. I really like it. Amazing. I think it's a great color study, and I know color is not your forte, but I think you did a great job. Pull the colors from the picture, yeah. Yeah, we talked about that in, somebody in chat was saying we could do that for a color study to do landscapes, like find really beautiful photographs and pick out the colors, like a few, like 3 or 4 colors that you feel like are what's making it really work, and then repaint that landscape or paint something else with those, like find palettes from nature and to inspire you to do stuff. So like it's a good way to do a color study. I like it a lot. Yeah. That book bends, I was definitely trying to keep it flat. Oh no! Little tiny sketchbook. Yeah, those are hard to draw in sometimes, but I think you're doing a great job. Really nice attention to detail to like the contours around the top of the apple too. See how you were just kind of like looking at that shine. Your penchant for line work is really strong, but I love to see you branching out and doing some color stuff, Amaze. And by the way, guys, did you know Amaze does art streams? You can go follow him and encourage him. He's a newer streamer here on Twitch as well. Just got into it a few months ago. How many months has it been now? It's been earlier this year for sure. We finally talked him into streaming. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Amaze is actually like one of my... I didn't even know what a founder's badge was until Belinda told me what that was last night. But Amaze is one of the founders of this channel, technically. I think it's like one of the first 10 people to subscribe to your channel gets a founder's badge. And I didn't know you could find a list of people, and Amaze is on that list. Amaze, thank you for being around for so long, and I'm so proud of you for finally getting up the courage to stream. And I hope people, yeah, want to come see what you're up to. Amaze does character work, animation, comic work, and you know him, you love him. He's here all the time. You've probably seen him in other chats too. But yeah, go give him a follow, show some support, and he's got great streams. Really nice, really chill. It's really fun to watch him work. And I always hear new music when I'm over on Amaze streams. Definitely very copyright-free music. Let's see. I know, it's a lot of detail. Very interesting colors. I really like this pink that you pulled out, actually. I'm guessing you got it from right here, but this is super, like, just the contrast of that bright salmon sort of a pink on top of these more muted tones is really, like, that's a great example of, like, a high saturation color next to a low value and a low saturation color. And why it's so eye-catching is really interesting to think about. So, like, thinking about it like that is something I need to get better about doing, and just seeing, like, how you've done that here and just now making that connection of why I like it. It's something that you can apply to future illustrations, right? Like, you could be like, all right, I'm going to pick one highlight, like one high saturation versus some muted ones, and that's going to make the certain things pop in the image. It's just something to think about, you know? So this is fantastic. Thank you for doing it with us. I'm going to find an apple emote. I do think finding a simple object like a fruit is a good way to go. At least I felt less intimidated that way. I don't recognize... I think of retro posters. Yeah, it's got like that 1980s sort of a vibe for sure. That's good. That's good, Amaze. You got to keep it updated. I also eventually will update my playlist by posting in the music share section for sure. Bribowette. Bribowette is participating today with a lovely pumpkin study. We did, oh, I guess I don't have a pumpkin emote I can use. Gourd, maybe? Squash? Nope, I can't, there's nothing. Okay, orange. Just make an orange square. Oh, it almost looks like a pumpkin. Fantastic study of a pumpkin. I'm guessing this is a pumpkin you actually had. I did a study of like that right before Halloween. Of a little pumpkin, like a decorative pumpkin. It looks great. I love all the texture. These little tiny decorative pumpkins are really, really fun texture studies. Really, really nice attention to detail. It feels like you were doing this from observation. I could be totally wrong. But Bribowette, I can't remember if Bribowette streams. I think they might, or they might start. Just in case, we're gonna give a shout out. Does great work. I think you can find links to their socials on their Twitch page. So feel free to follow just in case they start streaming, or if they do stream already. I feel like I caught a stream a while ago. I'm having a vague memory. I've been in a lot of streams this year, so forgive me. But anyway, follow Bribowette, always does incredible work, and this is a lovely study. Got a quick one in. Hey, we're glad you did. We're glad you did. Love to see an observational drawing. Wonderful work. Fantastic. Love the textures. These little, like, I can almost feel the texture of these, like, browned grayed bits here. Yeah, it's really good. Doing a cell shade picture with just 2 or 3 colors seems like a fun challenge. It's very pop art, right? Yeah. Please, yeah, give it a try and let us know if you have any results that you like and you want to share. My chat keeps breaking. Hold on. What's going on? Okay, there it goes. I don't know what that was about. Textures are really nice. Yeah, great job, Bribowette. Thank you so much for participating, for encouraging all of us with your warm-up study. Hopefully, the whole idea of these is that hopefully they get your art muscles working, right, for the day ahead, to give you some kind of like a launching off point for doing art later in the day. So here's one from Santroa. Santroa, I don't believe streams yet, but is planning on it at some point. So if you want to get in early, I should definitely do the flaming heart. This is really lovely. Beautiful, beautiful color study. Lovely color. Love the flame effect and just that soft like backlit glow that you get in like translucent or lightly colored candles. Lovely stuff. Folks, give Santroa Arts a follow as well. Probably gonna start streaming at some point, so go get in now. Help them start off their streaming experience by not streaming into the void and having a few people to maybe hang out with. Or at least, you know, just, it always feels nice when you're just getting into streaming to know that you have a few people who are interested enough to follow, you know, even if they can't make every stream. So go give some support to Santroa. Has been doing some awesome work. So happy that we've been introduced. I'm glad Pyro made you join my Discord. We met through paleontologizing streams, I believe. Not even that long ago, honestly, but You guys are awesome. And Suntra, I love seeing your work. I'm really excited about watching you grow. And hopefully you get to watch a stream sometime. You love how red it is? He's working on it. How much of that is you prodding him, Pyro? I hope you're doing it because you want to, Suntra, but we'd love to hang out and just see what you're up to. The way people draw fire is interesting. Yeah, doing a great job with that. Really, really nice. Vessel of Void. Ooh, look at this Vessel of Void over here with this like super powerful color study. Look at these complementary colors. This is like next tier level color study. Did you take Vessel? I'm curious about your process if you're still around. You picked the purple so the yellow would desaturate more greenish. Oh, that's true. See, I need to ask you questions about this because that's the kind of stuff I need to be thinking about that I just don't naturally think about. Can you explain more and like explain to people who are like, what does that mean? You picked purple so the yellow would desaturate more greenish in context. I don't know enough about the visual illusions of what colors do when they're next to each other. There's a name for this that I'm not familiar with, or that I used to be maybe and I just forgot. But it's like when you have two colors that like having one color next to another changes the appearance somehow. And so these are color complements, and you've obviously got the purples, like these bright pinkish purples down here are really nice. They make it pop for sure. But yeah, there's built-in contrast there just because of the color harmony between two color complements. For those who may not know what a color complement is, I'm sure most of you do. It's pretty basic color theory, but you know, there's your primary colors that are red, yellow, and blue, and then you have your secondary colors that are purple, green, and orange. So they're the colors that are in between the primary colors, and then of course you go into tertiary and all kinds of things. But the reason that they complement each other is that they have like between your yellow, the opposite two are going to be red and blue, right? So when you put those together, you get purple, and that's your color complement. So like blue and orange are complements, green and red are complements. It's basically you have all the primary colors in one image. It's just some of them are mixed, and this does something visually in our brains that really feels harmonious. But yeah, basically, okay, so here's what Vessel has to say. Basically, colors exist in relation to each other, so it's not red, but redder than the environment. You mean the purple? Or do you mean the yellow? So now I'm confused. And you don't have to explain this if you don't want to. You obviously know a lot more about color theory than I do. This is really lovely. Do you stream, Vessel? Let us know if you stream. We'll shout you out. You'll not have any idea what to draw on stream. That's why I make a schedule, Suntroa. What I did when I first started streaming was I just set aside projects. I made a list of projects that could be on stream. So it was things like studies, like making new stickers, doing commissions. A lot of artists stream commission work, personal projects, stuff that's not under an NDA or like I'm not contractually doing for somebody outside of like private commissions. Those are usually I'll just like if somebody commissions me for something, hey, do you mind if I stream? They're like, sure. Usually they're like, sure. And so those are the kinds of things I would stream until I started being a little more like specific. And then I would just pick whatever I felt like that day. That's actually how I started the Sea Slug Dragon design challenge, was because I just didn't know what to stream, and I was inspired by sea slugs at the time, so I was like, I'm gonna make creatures based on sea slugs. And that's what I did on stream for a while. Looks like something that would go on the wall. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The values are great. Next time we do this, I want to do more of a value study and then play with changing the hue of the values. Let's see. It's a great atmosphere, right, Caseyco? It's like relativity in physics. You do not stream. Okay. Well, you have beautiful work, and thank you so much for sharing it with us. I love it. If you have any socials you want to share, feel free, but also just thank you for drawing and painting with us. I'd love to see more of your work sometime. That's the only reason I'm asking. It's not because I'm trying to force you to do anything. I want to learn more about color theory too, Kasiko. That's part of why I really wanted to incorporate more Huevember stuff into this month's warm-up studies, is because I do need to practice color theory. It's not something I've spent a lot of time thinking intentionally, like what Vessel is talking about. I just haven't thought about it that deeply in a while, and I'm very rusty with my color theory. So yeah, hopefully we'll be talking about it and doing some actual color mixing here soon. You've been on a color theory journey lately. Are you part of Chikuri's community? How did we meet, Vessel? Oh, these are wonderful. I'm definitely going to give you a follow. Guys, click that link. if you want to go check out more of Vessel's work. Lovely. Oh man, there's some really good colors. Yeah, I can tell you're on a color theory. These are cool. There's great palettes in here. I just need to think more about palette. I think that's where it starts, right? You came in with a Jay Stiller stream. That makes sense. Jay always has all the cool painty people in his streams. Well, thank you. I'm honored that you drew with us today and that you shared this. It's beautiful. I love it. And you are like goals for me right now. So I'm very, very inspired. This makes me want to like sit down and paint some more today, which I don't have time for right now. But hey, Senna, am I still going? Yes, we're wrapping up right now. But yeah, we're doing the show and tell. We did a little bit of a color theory study today. Welcome on in, Senna. Were you at work or are you about to go to work? I know our schedules rarely collide. But you guys, Senna is also a streamer. Go give Senna a follow. Has been doing some NaNoWriMo stuff. There's actually a new category in Twitch called reading and writing, and it seems like it's going well for you, Senna. I feel like you're toward the top of the category every time. So if you're a writer, if you want to be inspired by other writers, Senna's a great one to go hang out with. Your early mornings some days. Okay, I see. But Senna also does comics, does coloring. She's everything. Sketching, traditional sketching. Very creative individual and very sweet. Let's see. Anything that we perceive as red, it's because it's redder than the environment. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Partly because of that, something can look really decently red compared to a gray back. Yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Compared to a blue background. It's figuring out like what colors make what things pop and appear more red when they're not, or more blue when they're not, or more green when they're not. Like I would never look at yellow and be like, oh, if I desaturate this, it's going to read as green. I've run into that issue before when I use a desaturated gray on a yellowish paper background. It tends to read as green. But I always thought that was just like, I don't always thought, but like I don't always think about it, I guess, about why that's happening. And that's just something I need to like train my brain to do, you know? And that's part of why I'm trying to focus on color this month. Or hue, I guess I should say. Huevember. Yeah, you can always check in with them, Centro, and see if they mind. A lot of times they don't. A lot of times, especially if it's a self-publishing author, they kind of like the exposure, frankly. At least the ones I've worked with in the past have. Because I was doing like a self-published author's book for a year or so when I first started streaming, and she was always like, yeah, please talk about it. I had links in chat and everything. It's like, hey, go check out this book. Gotcha. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sloppy. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Okay, we're down to the bottom of chat. There we go. Oh yeah, also gaming. Senna also games. Senna does everything. An environment. I know, it's beautiful. I was gonna do a landscape study like this, but I chickened out. I had it on the schedule for next week, but I don't think I'll be ready for it. So we'll start slow and we'll kind of ease into this. Oh, a lovely color study of a bat here from Caseyco. I hope I'm saying your name right. I know we've only recently been acquainted, but please don't feel bashful if I'm saying something wrong. A bit sleepy. Oh, your name is so cute. And also thank you for that follow. I really, really appreciate that. Thanks for popping in. Let's see. Desaturate yellow and it looks brown, yeah. We are all shades of wheat. I guess so. I don't know if I can't make a children's... you can make a children's book. Anybody can self-publish, Miss Yvette. I don't think streamers, plenty of people make books without streamers. I think you can. Kaseko. Okay. Kaseko. I'll try to remember. This is really lovely. Oh, wait. I just want to open open a browser. No, go back. Why is it doing this? Hold on. There we go. Let's zoom in on this. I don't know what that thing was. Man, these are fun colors. This is a cool palette. Really, really nice study of a bat, too, honestly. The structures are really, really great. Oh, I just really love the combination of colors here. See, I just need to get excited about color. Like, I wouldn't normally think to use super dramatic colors like this, but you have really, really nice It's almost like it's like a slightly off primary palette, right? So you've got your yellowish, you've got your reddish, and you've got your bluish. So they all lean a little bit more secondary, slightly. I mean, there's not like a green, but like this yellow is a bit orange, this red is a bit purple. I mean, this pink is a bit purple, and then of course you have actual purple. So it's almost like a color complement, but like slightly into like the secondary. I don't know if there's a name for that, but it's a really pretty palette, and I really like the effect and the color. This is a lovely drawing. I hope you had fun. I hope you feel like you learned something. I'm sure loving looking at it. The colors are super fun. I think part of it is it works well because it is so close to a primary palette in some ways, but this is a really thoughtful image. I really like what you did with this. It's a screenshot, so the image is smaller. Oh, I see. That's okay. No worries. Don't feel like you have to share high-res images here. Color vibration? Wait, who's talking about vibrating color? Have you heard? Oh, color vibration. Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying. I do know that colors vibrate next to each other when they are... They do, but isn't it like it happens with like really high saturation complements? You can also do like, there's like after image effects too. So like if you look at like high saturated colors and then close your eyes, you'll sometimes see the inverted. So like if you looked at a super high saturation primary color image and then closed your eyes, you'll see like the opposite colors in your video. There's like a name for this, but I can't remember what it's called. I used to kind of talk about that when I got into color theory when I was a teacher, but I was just an elementary school teacher, so we did not go very deep. But we did talk about some of that. But yeah, color vibration is fun. I don't know anything about how it works. There's a really good Mark Burnett video. Oh, cool. If you want to drop a link then, or if you're in the Discord, you can drop it in the talk shop or video share or something if you want more people to see it. It's a design thing about intentionally making your colors inconsistent. I would be super interested in that video, Vessel, if you felt like sharing the link. Or I can try and remember that and look it up after, but that's really cool. I would say yes too, Siren, yeah. Okay, let's see. You worship the color wheel. Hey, that's okay. Colors are pretty. Yeah, there's a lot to learn. Yeah, I would be super... Any color resources that you guys have or that you hold dear or that you think are helpful, I would be super interested in them, especially this month. But really, in general, I'm always looking for inspiration. Kaseko, this is gorgeous. Like, so pretty. Really nice drawing, just structurally and proportionally, and obviously you're very, like, comfortable with animals, but it's the colors they're very tasty. Tasty is a great word. I feel like I'm looking at visual candy. It's really lovely. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Honestly, I'm honored that you drew along with us today, and did the, or I'm presuming, I guess maybe you didn't today, but. Oh, some dinosaur warm-ups. Nice. Drawing from some dinosaur refs. Lovely, lovely. This is a good practice for the Styracosaurus for Dinovember. Gorgeous. Now, I know dinosaurs are kind of hard because we don't have any living examples, so anytime we do a study, it's more of like an art study, but a study, like master copies are a thing, you know, master studies are a thing. So if you ever do a study that's of like a famous piece of art or from another artist, if you know the name of that artist, you can always share it, but these totally count as warm-ups in case anyone was wondering. I just want to make sure, we have a lot of new folks maybe in chat, so just anything you share in studies, just make sure it is from observation. I don't really care what level of finish it is or anything, just no finished work that's like not for the purposes of study, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But this is really lovely. Hey, look at the scale detail. I'm curious, Sloppy, was this from like a model? This almost feels like it was drawn from like a toy dinosaur. Is that true? Or, oh, you put them in VidShare. Thank you, Void. You're amazing. I can't wait to watch them later. I'm probably going to listen to them when I get to the studio eventually. I think it has not stopped snowing. Shoot. Hopefully it's not too snowy out there. I need to get to the studio, though. Yeah, I'm really excited to watch that video at some point. Sloppy, these look great. Great studies, great anatomy. I think you said you might actually be at work right now, so maybe you can't answer questions, but I'm curious what you looked at to make these, but they look awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing, everybody. I really appreciate the encouragement. You guys all inspire me. to make more art and do more things. I am gonna make a Dinovember channel, probably down here somewhere in the sharing is caring section. It's kind of, I guess I could call it Dino Share. Everything does have a share theme here. I don't know. I'll think about where to put it. It'll probably be in here. But it'll be called Dinovember, probably. Dino Share. Yeah, I don't know. Because I feel like people would share like cool dinosaur stuff there too, which is fine. But if we're trying to make it just for Dinovember art, I might just call it Dinovember and stick it in there. It'll just be the odd duck. But thank you guys for drawing with me. I'm gonna take a screenshot of my study here and just drop it in that channel. And yeah, now we're gonna go find someone to raid. I'll be back on in like 4 hours, less than 4 hours though. So we'll be back on later doing some Sea Slug Dragon art. I always do a Sea Slug Dragon day, the first Wednesday of every. Why is this not copying and pasting? Hold on, copy again and paste again. Here we go. We do a Sea Slug Dragon design day, the first Wednesday of every month, and that's today. So that's what I'll be doing this afternoon. If you want to come back and nerd out about sea slugs with me, wait. Oh, I had a draw me an animal. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me do that really fast, and then we'll raid out. I just remembered. Draw me an animal, and then we'll raid out. So if anybody's still working on their stuff, Dinovember share. That's true, Raga. We could call it that. You can always rename that too. That's true. It could just be like a general art challenge. I have thought about making a channel for art challenge share stuff, but I worry about making too many channels. I don't know. Let me do the, what was the, hold on, I lost track of. Where is my thingy bops? All right, I got 5 minutes. Here we go. We have a request for Pygmy Hippo. That's what it was. All right, Pygmy Hippo, draw me an animal really fast. And then we are gonna raid out. Oh, I'm really gonna have it made. Pygmy Hippo. Alright, so I got 5 minutes to draw this. I'm pretty sure that's what Mudang is. I've been looking at a lot of pictures of Mudang, like, you know, everybody has on the internet. So that's pretty much who I'm going to try to draw here from memory. But yeah, we're going to go learn about the Pygmy Hippo together after this. I have 5 minutes. You know, the rules of the game are right here. You know, don't give me any hints in chat, but I'm fairly certain I know what this is. But still, technically, it's preferred that you don't drop hints. But feel free to go look it up yourself. Maybe if you want to try and draw from memory Pygmy Hippo, go for it. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's been seeing a lot of pictures of them lately. But yeah, let's. I actually don't know. Have we done a hippo study? I don't think we've ever drawn a hippo on stream, have we? If we have, I don't remember it. But I'm going to do my best to draw the image that I picture in my head when I think of a Pygmy Hippo right now, which is this. But anyway. Just tiny rage. Tiny rage. I'm actually a little concerned about how encouraged Mudang's rage has been. I'm like, you know she's going to get bigger, right? Like, I know she's a Pygmy hippo, but they're still big animals. Like... I just feel like she might become a dangerous zoo citizen if they don't maybe, like, try and train that out of her. Like, not encourage it so much for the socials. Seems like a bad plan. Maybe that's just me. Tricera hippo. Okay, we got a little hippo ear here. Little pygmy, little tiny baby. Chunky little baby. Basically, I'm just trying to draw a hippo. Little Mudang hippo from memory. We'll see how close I got. Alright, do a little background and we're gonna look it up. An animal question for me? Shoot. I'll see, I don't know if I can answer, but I'll try. We're gonna do like a reddish, brownish, grayish color. Where do you weigh in on the gorilla versus grizzly bear debate? Gorilla. Although, It would be a close match, honestly. I didn't know there was a debate. Gorillas are pure muscle, though. I think grizzly bears tend to run when, like, bears in general, they're a lot of bravado. I mean, grizzly bears are super aggressive and they are very large. But gorillas, I mean, they're like pure torque. Their bodies are like designed for throwing massive objects because they have to throw each other around, especially if you're talking about like a silverback male, like mountain or lowland gorilla. I guess it depends on what type of gorilla too, because there's different subspecies. Some are smaller than others. But if we're talking about like the largest male gorilla, I would probably bet on the gorilla. They're so testosterone-y. I can easily picture a gorilla like choking out a grizzly bear. But grizzly bears do have a lot of fur to protect them from bites and stuff, so it would not be a fight I would want to see. Like, I hate the idea of two animals fighting. But I think if I had to place a bet, I personally would probably place it on the gorilla. Like a large, young male gorilla. Or like an early silverback, you know. There we go. I had no idea that was a debate, but there's my answer. Do you guys hear the snowplow? That's my sign that it might be safe to leave the house soon. They finally got to the street and plowed it. The street is the hardest part when it snows. They very rarely plow the neighborhoods, so now that they've done that, will they rock? Let it roll. Where's my blender? Let the bubble belt come and save my soul. Alright, my roommate might be back, so I might have to be quiet for a second. We'll see. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe that was a neighbor. Alright, I'm gonna say this is a pygmy hippo. This is a little, my little from memory mudang, basically. We'll see how close I got. It's pretty sketchy. Oh, how'd that happen? I think they have little toenails. I don't know what color they are, but... Alright, I'm gonna say... What time? I forgot to check the time when I started. Does anyone know how long I've been drawing? It feels like it's been around 3 to 5 minutes. Get rid of some of these sketch marks. There we go. We'll draw me an animal mudang. I mean pygmy hippo. Definitely not mudang. Okay, pygmy hippo. Let's go see. I can see it going either way too, honestly, Charlie's Dragon. That would be a tough fight. They're both pretty powerful. The adults look like baby regular hippos. They do. Yeah. You are so... Tears is very funny. Let's see. She's really bitey and moody. Seems to... Yeah. And nobody seems to care. I agree, Sandro. It's like everyone's like, oh, it's so funny. And it almost feels like... And maybe it's just social media. But it almost feels like she's being encouraged to be aggressive. And I'm like, that's a bad habit to give a hippo. Like... They're really aggressive naturally, and you kind of want them to be more tame if they're going to be in a zoo. You somehow missed it! Wow. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, it's so cute. It's like letting a puppy that's going to be a mastiff just bite you aggressively, but it's cute when they're little. Like, it just feels like a bad plan. Fiona from the Cincinnati Zoo being named Pygmy Hippo pre-pandemic. It is cycle. Yeah, it was Fiona a pygmy hippo? I think or was she a baby? Just a baby. Was she a pygmy? Yeah, people do like baby hippos. Okay, so people are talking about that, Keiko. That's good to know. Fiona was just a preemie. Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know why that term was... I'm not sure why that term was not allowed. That's a weird term to not allow. All right, let's look up pygmy hippo. Oh my goodness. Well, I got pretty close. Turns out I do know what a pygmy hippo is, guys. But here's some pictures to delight you. Yep, here's Mudang right here. Yeah. Okay, she was, yeah, I didn't know. She was really cute. Fiona was adorable. That's why people with little dogs have aggressive ones, is because they view them as more cute and allow behaviors that wouldn't be tolerated. Yeah, for sure, it's a big problem. So here's a full-grown pygmy hippo. We're gonna learn about it for a little bit. Still does look baby. Like, looks like a baby hippo a little bit, but it's a full-grown pygmy. It's a small hippopotamid, which is native to the forests and swamps of West Africa, primarily in Liberia. Oh, interesting. With small populations in Sierra Leone, Guinea, and the Ivory Coast. It has been extirpated from Nigeria. Okay. The pygmy hippo is reclusive and nocturnal. Oh, interesting. It's one of only 2 extant species in the hippo family, the other being the more well-known hippopotamus that we all know and love. The pygmy hippopotamus displays many terrestrial adaptations, but like the common hippo, it is a semi-aquatic creature and relies on water to keep its skin moist and its body temperature cool. It's a rare nocturnal forest creature. Difficult animal to study in the wild. Pygmy hippos were unknown outside West Africa until the 19th century. Introduced to zoos in the early 20th century, they bred well in captivity, and the vast majority of research is derived from zoo specimens. So we really haven't studied these animals very much in the wild. The survival of the species in captivity is more assured than in the wild. Oh no, I hate that. 2015 assessment of the IUCN, which is the International Union for Conservation of Nature. They're the ones who track endangered species, basically. Estimated that there's fewer than 2,500 pygmy hippos. So they are endangered. Ugh, hate it. Hate it. Primarily threatened by loss of habitat. It's very common. Vulnerable to poaching. Hunted for bushmeat. War. It's a very war-torn area for this little guy. Oh, sad. Okay, well here's what they look like. This is a zoo specimen, obviously. Super cute though. Oh my gosh, so cute. Yeah. Learn that Mudang has 2 other siblings, that she has the middle level of sassiness. One brother is pretty chill, the other brother is worse than Mudang. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Angoy, and also, hi Angoy, how are you? And apparently some of her earlier photos are of her older brother. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Well, the internet can't tell. But dude, look at hippo skulls. This is one of those creatures that you would never guess has the face and body. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. If you look at a hippo skeleton, and especially a hippo skull, I guess not as much the body's pretty chunky, but like you would never, you would make like a dragon. Like if we had never seen a hippo, oh, here's a meme about it, about how you would see it as like if you didn't know what they really looked like. So like here's this is talking about like paleo art, basically. Is like here's what we got, here's what the artist came up with, but do we really, like, what if it has more fat, right? Oh my gosh, you guys, somebody drew this. We were talking about this yesterday. Oh my gosh, this is great. I'm sorry, Maze. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Oh, it's off center. I'm sorry. Here. Thank you. I forgot that it was like that here. Yeah, somebody drew the thing we were talking about. And here's that paleo piece. Anyway, it's just sort of fun to think about. But anyway, this is the pygmy hippo, and we'll go ahead and look up Mudang. Her name is also just really funny to me. It's just very sassy sounding to an English speaker. Mudang, like hot dang. Look at that. Just screaming. Just constantly sassy. And it's hard to know, but like this is not behavior I would encourage, I feel like. It just seems like you don't want that, you know? It's just screaming. So much personality in such a little chunk. So cute. So cute. Alright guys, well there's my pygmy hippo, my screaming Mudang attempt. A full art of the chunky. Yeah, maybe we should sometimes. Mudang. Wait, am I saying it wrong? Is it ding? Or is it dang? Is it E or eh? I don't know how to say it. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. But I like saying Mudang. It is dang, okay. Yeah. Mudang. It's really funny. It's a fun word to say. Alright guys, that was it for today. Thank you, Siren, for the pygmy hippo drawing animal. Yeah, you're saying it harder. That's how I say it too, like Mudang. It's funny. We're easily amused, and that's fine. Okay. We are going to find somebody to raid. Somebody who's doing some work-safe art, hopefully. Ideally, if I can find a family-friendly artist, we will do that, but they are kind of hard to find sometimes. So we are going to try for work-safe on stream and just see what happens. Oh, is Art and Just on? Yeah, maybe. We haven't rated Art and Just in a while. Let me see who else is on. I think we rated her. Usually what I do is I click it and it tells me when I last rated them, and I try to keep it pretty different. Excuse me, but yeah, we'll see. And also, I saw your comment about hearing Brenda yelling in the background. I've had that before too, where I have her at like 1% volume. It's very high energy for sure. Oh, thanks for being here, Thea. Thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate you guys. I thank you for the lurks, for the chat, for just the general encouragement with your presence, popping in, saying hi. You know, for those who drew along, even if you didn't draw with, you know, if you didn't share what you did, I just really appreciate the company. Let's see. Okay, that is not work safe, so I will not raid into that person. Oh, we haven't rated Glad in a while. Oh, and Reddy's on too. Kanta's on. Eichmann's on. There's a lot of good people on. Okay. Let's see. You know what? We should go. We were talking a lot today about artists who are kind of starting out and just kind of getting their sea legs here on Twitch. Reddy Sculpts is an incredible sculptor. He just started streaming recently here on Twitch, and we've rated him one time before, but it's been over a month. So let's go say hi to Reddy Sculpts, guys. It's always fun to drop in on a newer streamer. Let's go give him some support. And if you get left behind, Reddy Sculpts. If for some reason, this has happened to me a few times in raids, so I'm trying to be better about shouting out the person we're raiding before we go so that a link will drop in chat. But let's go, you know, you can go preemptively follow if you don't have time for the raid, but feel free to stick around for the raid. It's always fun to raid in and say hi. I don't have really, this is the only raid call that I feel like I can quickly type right now. But there's a lot of other great ones. Siren has some good ones. If you want to make up your own raid call, I am collecting raid call ideas. Eventually I'll be a pro streamer and have an actual raid command, so I don't have to type this every time. Or I'll have like one that does variations. Actually, Outnet gave me a code that I could do that with. But anyway, if you want a raid call, there's one. Let's go say hi to Reddy Sculpts, guys. And I'll see you later today. I'll be back on at 4. Snowway, it's a case raid. That's a good one too. I'll add it to the list. But I'll be back on at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, so in like 3 hours. I'm going to basically pack up, eat breakfast/lunch, and then go to the studio. So I'll see you guys in a bit if you want to come back. But if not, if this is the last I see of you, it's been lovely. Thank you for hanging out with me during Huevember study session.